You go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Konsui Fighter Live, Gundam Edition.
Gundam Edition.
Need like sound effects.
Not Transformer, Gundam.
Yeah. For those of you who are kind of new to the show, Konsui Fighter Live is a stream we do every 2 or 3 weeks or so. We try to give a stream to show you guys some updates on our progress working on Konsui Fighter, as well as every now and then kicking back and just doing some stuff together as a group. One of those particular things we like to do is putting together Gundam models. So we're going to be continuing where we left off in our last Gundam stream today, and probably talking a little bit about what we've been up to on the build and what we got coming up next with NakaCon next week and other things down the road. So
one of the few conventions not to be canceled.
Yeah. At least not yet, with a week to go. So
They haven't released the schedule yet, so they could go ahead and just cancel.
The only slight good thing is we're not like traveling out of town and spending thousands on hotels and stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Ugh. I can only imagine. You know, I guess PAX East still happened.
Yeah. Yep.
I needed to look, but they a couple people did their like top indie games. It's like, why didn't you do that when we were there?
I would also assume that a lot of them, the ones that they selected, were probably within or either Rising or a part of Indie Mega
I
Booth.
don't know. Well, yeah, probably, but
Because I remember there were some indies getting represented
yes,
in 2018 when we went,
yeah, they had.
but they were like closer to the big guys.
Mhm.
So it's like
Everybody who was positioned up front
Right.
kind of got more traffic from press. Yeah.
Well, and again, I think a lot of times they just look for like flashy art or different things. I don't know. Look at this weird thing.
it's a thing and it's weird. So I'm assuming we should probably discuss who we're building.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
I
just
mean,
as a
granted,
review.
unless somebody literally like just finished watching our one from a few weeks ago.
If you did, thanks.
But I'm working on I totally want to say Unicron.
No.
Totally different.
That's Transformers.
You would
again.
need this whole table to put
Yeah.
together that.
But this
That'd
is
be
the
pretty sweet, though.
Unicorn Gundam O2 Banshee
Banshee.
Norm.
In
Destroy
destroy
mode.
mode.
Yep.
So it's this cool like black and gold. It's pretty dope.
Crazy looking.
Pretty sure the other one I
Whoops.
stopped making for now. Yeah, it's another Banshee, and I think it's a destroy mode, but it's like a higher grade one.
Yes.
So
I don't have the skills or the patience to do anything higher than a high grade.
you could totally do it.
I am continuing Sandrock.
Mhm.
I think this is the Endless Waltz one. So
It's the mega
the
grade.
Sandrock Custom or whatever.
Master.
And it's the Master grade.
No, mega.
My first
Mega.
Mega.
Master grade.
Or no, wait,
this is the one
Mecha
I
grade.
wanted to
There we
practice
go.
on
Mecha
because
grade.
I have a Death Scythe, which I think
The one that
is
I'm
the one
building.
that he's building
probably,
right now.
yeah.
But I wanted to practice first before I do the Death Scythe because I want it to be perfect.
I still like the perfect grades. One of these days I still need to bring in my like really expensive unicorn that like has like these internal things and you add lights to make it glow. Someday. I'm nervous about that one though. So I'm doing this giant one here. Strike Freedom Gundam, full burst mode. I've had this one for a while, so I just wanted to build it.
Yep. And I'm doing the Endless Waltz Death Scythe. One of them. I think there's a few variants of this one, but
Yeah, there's Death Scythe and Death Scythe Hell.
yeah. Yep. So, yeah. I
Sweet.
think this is the first Death Scythe I've built before.
Sure.
So,
Oh yeah, I finished the torso last time.
yeah, I got the upper portion of the body together and kind of stopped with the legs to go.
And all of this massive thing of stickers
Mm-hmm.
that I forgot about.
Stucco crap.
It is interesting they can do like a multi-colored piece like this,
Yeah.
but they don't do it more often. It must be. I wonder if it's either a newer thing or they just was more efficient for this.
Legs.
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 I'm working
Oh,
on-
of course, this sheet that I put under the bottom of this, then I'm like, I probably won't need this till the end.
Uh-huh.
I don't.
Yeah, like I said, I
quite have
don't.
as much space, but
Some of these other ones I've put together don't show you what sheets it needs. I like when it does that.
yeah, mine haven't as far as I've seen.
It is interesting. Yeah,
I
they
feel like I need,
more space.
like, this is all my space. So I feel like I should put this, like, I
mean,
need a table here.
Another one?
Since I have the sheets I,
I'm
need, I can
taking
put
up a
this
lot
one
of it.
down.
I'll scoot down. I'm taking up a huge
I
amount.
mean, it's fine. I can manage.
I don't know.
We will not manage.
I
We
usually
will
scoot
fix it.
kind of far over here. So.
Nope, I can't see.
I can't say. I'm blind. Oh shit.
Spread out.
Oot.
Okay,
No,
great.
I'm just
Sean, you're
gonna-
good.
nope,
I
nope.
don't need your side. I was being nice and not saying that I need Ellen to move, but I legit, I
Oh,
guess
how sweet.
I was really, I just needed her to move out.
You know, you just say that, but
Because I didn't realize that that's what it was
Is that
until
right?
you moved over, and I'm like, oh,
This
That's-
is way better.
that's really what I needed.
That
Hey,
helps.
what do you know? It's a
That helps
piece
a
I don't need anymore, so that can be trash.
Aw.
I really actually meant to test that. Maybe I still need to do that before we actually take it there. And it actually
I was wondering if
broken.
you're ever gonna. So we got a new monitor for conventions, but it's been like sitting here for weeks in a box.
Yeah, at some point we're going to start actually looking at the camera. 'Cause
Yeah,
we'll
we're
have
gonna
it
have that.
there or shortly above there. I think at least initially we can just start by having it in the windowsill because that would also put it behind the camera.
I guess I forgot we should have got the cables for that. So
We
can try
need to
it
get
out.
a cable and eventually a mount, but yep.
don't
So I
need
was-
these.
Randomly thinking about live streams before this. Would we ever want to do a like reaction to E3 type video? I know we talked about it in the past, but we didn't have some of the setup or like people had to work.
Yeah.
That's if E3's not going to get
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
just-
big question.
Just don't jinx it.
Even then, I'm sure they'll have streams or videos or something.
Yeah, because they spend a poop load of money on
Yes.
just
Okay, so the feet are
making
done.
the videos alone.
Yeah, and at least like Microsoft and some of the others will have a lot to show off this year.
Okay. Oh, dude, did these pieces come undone? Hey, I'm coming undone. I think they did.
So what you're saying is you broke it.
No, I didn't break it. I think they broke in the time that they were hanging out by
Okay.
themselves in here.
Yeah, they decided to have a raging party and
I don't like. I would have sworn I told myself to not stop like in the middle of something.
I thought you did. I thought you like actually stopped in a spot where you were like, I'll remember where I stopped.
unless you were just like really tired.
We need to go back and rewatch the last stream.
Yeah. He's just sitting there blankly cutting out pieces. And
Okay, so this is this. These are sticked.
stick it.
Sticked. I don't want to go down that sticker book. Don't put that in your sticker book. Oh,
Sometimes
okay,
I'm
no,
better.
never mind. All right, I found it. It was the end. It just wasn't the end of where I would have I probably won't do that again.
Yeah, don't do that again.
I learned it my lesson.
And
See.
11.
So, we're going to go see Onward tomorrow.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's, I guess, been getting decent reviews.
Good.
I still think it's funny you didn't realize Tom Holland was in it.
I know, I hate that.
Only because he was in Spider-Man.
Yes.
And you
Oh.
randomly don't like Spider-Man because of reasons.
I don't like that Spider-Man.
Why not?
I mean, I don't like Spider-Man in general.
Because he's kind of a bitch.
Yep.
Spider-Man's always a little bit of that, though. Like,
Which is why I don't like Spider-Man.
yeah. But he's like a nerd. He's like one of us.
He's a teenage, irritating little douchebag.
And then he did the 14 video, and I died on the inside a little bit too.
Which one is he?
So a promo video for Shadowbringers.
Yeah,
He did a video with Square on that, and
Huh.
I was like,
I didn't see that.
"Why are you doing this, Square? Why?"
Because he's popular.
I don't care. Oops.
Well, if they would have had like Vin Diesel, you would have been like all over it.
Yeah, but I mean that would have been cool.
There's a difference.
And then he could talk about his Final Fantasy family and
Drink Coronas and barbecue chicken.
speaking of drinks that have sad names right now. Did you hear how like a lot of YouTubers are just not talking about it because even just like mentioning it, they'll get demonetized immediately?
What?
Coronavirus.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
I mean, we're streaming on YouTube right now, so
but we're also not
we're not
monetizing.
monetized.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're not banning, but you'll have less chance of it showing up in the algorithm, and you won't get monetized basically.
Wow.
So, because they're considering it controversial, and they don't want to.
This next topic is
Promote
a little
it?
controversial.
Yeah.
Well, it's more like advertisers don't
Yes.
want their stuff on.
But they're using the excuse that they don't want to like spread misinformation, kind of.
Okay.
But yeah,
They
like
call her misinformation.
what is this? Isn't this like a sticker symbol?
Whoa, fuck. Oh Jesus, I'm never gonna find that again.
I swear we need to just like print the
Oh, thank
chart of like Gundam symbols. 'Cause every once in a while I forget what these different ones mean.
So we have Naka next week.
Yep.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Naka is like our local like anime convention. It's decent.
Yeah. I mean,
Small,
it's
but-
it's solid. They've
Yeah.
been here for many years. We've
Many years.
participated for many years. They've still had growing attendance year over year.
Yep. They've had some big people. Like the Final Fantasy concerts were fun.
Yeah, which they're not doing this year,
That's
are they?
No.
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 They haven't announced.
I mean, they have a concert, but it's not Final Fantasy.
is
it's
it like a?
some Japanese, or no, it's a K-pop one.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought
They've been
they
having
said
K-pop.
something about that though.
Not from the Final Fantasy people.
I think last year they had the like son of the guy
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
did,
yeah, Arnie,
Yeah, yeah.
Arnie Roth.
yeah, his
No,
his
Arnie
kid.
Roth is. Yeah, yeah. The-
Yeah, they
yeah.
had his kid.
Yeah.
And he was doing like just video game music specific, not just Final
Not just
Fantasy.
Final
Yes.
And that was pretty cool.
It was good.
It was, yeah. Not this year, though.
Yeah, I remember when they had that interview session that we had with Roth and
The piano kid, the like
Piano Prodigy?
no where they had why can I not remember his name? The actual composer,
Nobuo.
Nobuo, and the other guy.
Yeah, where you asked him what his favorite beer is.
Yeah, remember that? So one of the questions I asked is like, why don't you do other game stuff? And like, it made sense that like, Final Fantasy's a big one. All the music's really good,
Rights.
but
Probably.
there's still a lot of other good video game music.
paying for rights.
Yeah,
Since they have a partnership with Square.
I think that's a lot of it.
Yeah.
And they're trying
Why
to just
doesn't
focus
Roth
on
do a concert with other music?
that. Him or somebody.
Like a
yeah.
video
Well, that's
games
what
live
his son's
sort of
doing.
Yeah, yeah. But like that was before
That was way
that,
before.
so
Right.
it was all my idea.
That was years ago. I'm sure it was already in the works by then.
Yeah, probably.
It's like, let's get it through all the approval committees.
I
E
assume-
6 and 4.
I was about to say EA Sports.
It's in the GERM.
Wait. How does this go?
So the PlayStation 2 birthday was this week.
It was.
It was the 20-year anniversary of the PlayStation 2. So
Hey, I had
Did
one
you
of those.
cry a little bit?
let's go around and say what our favorite PlayStation 2 game was.
Oh man, favorite PS2 game?
There's a lot of good PS2 games.
Okay, fine. How about your like top favorites?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Oh man. What are PlayStation 2 games?
I mean, I can get a list if you want.
How long ago was that?
Quite a while.
Long fucking time.
I'll mention them while I look this up. There's a really good. Sorry. thinking two things at once. When I got the PS2, I was going to wait in the store, but my dad decided to wait for me because I was still in school.
Yeah.
But I had all the money, so I had him get it, and he was telling me like this crazy story because it was still back in the day when you couldn't really pre-order, and so he was in this line.
People
he was
are
telling
losing
me,
their shit.
oh yeah, he was telling me how bad it was. Where like there was some lady who was pregnant and she got like knocked over, and like he had to help her back up, and people were like pushing around her. And, yeah, it just sounded horrible, but I did get it, and I got
That's his favorite game. I just want you guys to know that.
Black Friday?
Black Friday the game.
Pushing down pregnant ladies?
Uh-huh. But yeah, I had Tekken Tag Tournament and Dynasty Warriors, and I think something else, but I'm blanking out. But yeah, like Shadow of the Colossus is amazing.
Oh, yeah. I played that. That was a really good game.
Yeah, I think some notable mentions that I just remember spending a good amount of time on were things like Katamari,
Never played
God of
that
War 1 and
Oh,
2.
Katamari's so
Oh, hell yeah.
I played
You
a lot
probably
of
really
the...
like Katamari. It's simple but
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I know about it. I
Yeah.
just have never played it.
The soundtrack's
it's really good.
awesome.
Dude,
played a lot of
dude.
Godzilla games on
You are smart.
PS2.
Of course.
Wow,
Trying to
dude.
think what else
My eyes were
had.
totally like.
I had kind of a weird
freaking
game
out for a
selection
second.
on
Oh.
PS2.
Metal Gear.
Metal
Yeah.
Gear.
Snake eating.
Do you have a preference of the, I guess, PS2 Metal Gears?
Me?
He's just
Hawkins never
asking
played
this
Metal
question
Gear in
because
his
he wants
life.
to criticize that one that nobody likes.
What, Snake Eater?
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
it's that one.
I
I think it's that one that like a bunch of people don't really care for
Really?
as
They don't
much.
like it.
There's a lot of people that like that more than some of the others.
Yeah.
Or
I think
what was the one that was on?
two-
Or Twin Snakes?
Well,
Twin Snakes was
on
on,
PSP?
GameCube.
and I actually
Or
did
GameCube.
beat
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That
I
had
did
So
beat
there's a
that
lot of
entire
people
game.
that like love to
Don't
hate on
like
it, but there's like other people that care pretty deeply about
Yeah.
it.
I
I
had-
liked.
I
that
had
one.
problems with Snake Eater.
Yeah.
Namely, so like the
But maybe-
cinematics were cool, but
Yeah.
they changed a lot of gameplay stuff.
And
for
I
the
guess
worse.
maybe because I didn't play the
Yeah,
first game.
if you played the original and that, it just doesn't feel as
right,
good.
and I didn't play the first one.
Yeah.
So I just, that's maybe why I thought it was fine, because I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I wanted to get into it, so this is supposed to be the first game, so I'll just try that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right.
C27.
Yeah. What else did I have for PS2 that I played?
So
Prince
Mine-
of Persia is a good
I
one.
never played those.
Yeah,
They're
didn't
fun.
really.
Resi 4.
You know, I think I played that more in GameCube
Sure.
when it was a thing.
GameCube was the thing.
When Resi 4 was a thing.
Oh.
I think I played the GameCube version more.
Some of the Grand Theft Auto games.
Yeah, I played those.
Yeah, Vice City's pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, damn it. I had it upside down.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Did I
Gran
just...
Turismo?
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, is it 2? Or was
No,
2
2
Four.
was on PS1.
And
4,
3 and 4.
yeah, I think 4 I played more.
3 A spec and 4.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 10.
And 12.
Mm-hmm.
And 11.
Oh, he saw the
Metal
thing.
Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty.
Yes, yeah. Did you see the thing recently where Japan voted for their top Final Fantasies?
Yeah.
And they said 10 was their favorite or
Yeah.
whatever.
No. 10 was good, but
10 reached the widest audience.
yeah, it kind of did. And I think it's more of almost a generational thing.
And it was the one that was on PS2.
The big one.
9 was on 1.
Yes, that was the last one on 1.
Yep.
Um,
So it was the...
a lot of people
only
didn't
Final
like
Fantasy.
12 for some reason, but I really like 12.
Yeah, I did too.
I never
Yeah,
played it. The only time
especially-
I got to see it
It's
was when
just
Logan played it.
different, but
It's very different.
I haven't played a whole lot of it, but I do like what I played with 12.
The gambit system is really cool. I think part of the issue is like
It
had
changed a lot.
Well,
it had
it
a
was
lot
their
of politics. It had a lot of
Well, I
a
think
big
also
group.
the biggest thing is the first
Non-turn-based.
turn-based Final
Yes.
Fantasy.
yeah. Well, I mean, they were kind of leaning away from that with the active time battle stuff, but yeah, it was
That
way
was
more
still
than
turn-based though. That was still
yeah,
pause the game.
basically.
and
Well,
you
but
only
it wouldn't.
act within.
Depending on your active time battle thing, it was not. It would not stop the monsters from attacking. That was an optional thing. But yeah, you would still have to wait your turn to be able to do actions. So, but yeah, that's still very different from like just running around a map and then pausing
and
reading.
slapping things
Yep.
with a sword and
But yeah, the gambit system is really cool. You would really like that because
Yeah. You're basically pre-queuing up like a chain
well,
of events. and
no.
stuff.
So it's more like programming AI. Like you would say
You're
like
telling
There's a
yourself
lot
how
of
to-
But I
ifs,
thought,
ands.
Yeah.
But I thought a lot of the strategy, like when you get into higher level play, you're kind of like setting up specific like
so
sequences.
you can manually overwrite the gambits, but generally you set the gambits before a battle even begins. You
Yeah,
don't change them.
it's-
in
No,
real
I
time,
know, but like
yeah.
the strategy, I thought was framed more around like building them to do specific chains of things
Sure,
for certain
you could.
scenarios.
Yeah. But even other things like like a lot of games will sometimes just like waste a health potion when you're down like 50 health points. But like you could say like don't use a health potion until you're under 50%.
Right.
Or things like that. And it was just nice because you didn't have to like babysit every character constantly.
Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. Dragon Quest 8, Journey of the Cursed King.
Mm-hmm. Those are supposed to be good versions. Okami.
Jack and Daxter.
Okami, yeah.
Come on,
Ico.
GameSphere.
Did you ever play Ico?
Me? No.
Anybody? Yeah. So it was before
I know.
Shadow
The
of the
same people
Colossus.
did
Yeah.
Shadow, but it was
one of the early
it was
PS2 games.
pretty difficult from what I remember.
Ish. The main complaint a lot of people have on it is you're basically literally hand holding this
Well,
princess
yeah,
the whole time.
That's the point of the
It
game.
is, yeah. But it's not super hard. It's tricky because you have to kind of keep track of her.
I think the
but
AI for her was so dumb that
It,
it irritated me, and I'm like, I didn't
But
fucking.
it was still fairly simple enough to not like get itself in trouble. Like it was still better than the cat thing in
Whatever that game was.
the last one they worked on.
The Guardian. Guardian.
Last Guardian. Yeah, because Last Guardian, like, it would wander around. You would tell it to come, and it wouldn't listen. Like, she would literally basically just stay there and maybe start wandering a bit. But, like, there's a lot of areas she can't wander very far. So you just have to go over, grab her, pull her along.
Keep her from dying.
Yeah. Well, most of the time she couldn't really... She would mainly more be captured by... yeah, there you go. More be captured by these spirits that would come out.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Still-
that game.
Could never get into the Kingdom Hearts stuff. I like the idea of the crossover.
I think you had to be a specific age
Kinda.
to really dig into that.
I also just never quite appreciate the stuff that's like obtuse just to be obtuse. Like, we're really complicated because we're just not going to tell you the story and what's really going on.
Yeah, the story is.
We're
very-
really deep because we're really weird and we don't make much sense. It's like, yeah, not really.
But it's okay.
Except
We
for
have-
like Death Stranding.
Yeah, no, that's.
Yeah. I would still say that has more thought behind it than.
I was going to be like, but it's okay because we've got Mickey and friends with me. So
Yeah.
it's a fun adventure.
Well, and it's also weird because they have some of the Final Fantasy people, and then it went like way away from all the Final Fantasy. It was like 90% Disney on the
Yeah.
later ones. And they kept like remaking it 5 times, like with all these like slight modifications and the weird ass names. I don't know.
No, those were all separate games.
Some of them were like remakes with extra scenes for different
Birth by
platforms.
Sleep and
Yeah,
all those different platforms.
something
Yeah,
by
no,
the
they're-
third, and
They're all
just
different games. They're all their own weird fucking. God damn it!
Silent Hill 2
Well,
which is supposed to be really good.
totally just shaved way too much on that, so he's now got a battle scar.
Hey, that's okay.
It adds character.
Oh.
Logan.
Authenticity.
Guitar Hero, that's when that's.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
So I did have, I think, Rock Band on PS2,
Yeah.
What?
but I did most of my, actually maybe not. I did most of my stuff on the Wii,
Could be
as
worse.
far as like
Yeah.
I think I got Guitar Hero 3 when it came out on Wii for like
Need for Speed
Christmas one
Underground?
year.
There you go.
And from there, I just got like almost every single one of them.
Midnight.
Not
Club.
all of them, but most of them.
Need for Speed Underground.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Need for
Underground
Speed,
2.
Underground 1, 2.
Did you ever
Medal of
play?
I
Honor
actually
Frontline.
did. I actually liked Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Underground.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the one where you made your own skater.
Oh
And
yeah.
then it's like you're the skater who has no skills, but then I think Tony sees something in you, and then you meet like other skaters, and there's just this story. But like, I really like that.
I kind
Did
of
you-
was that the one that had the tokens as the currency, or am I
so.
thinking of a different one? Because it had like different figures from the industry. I feel like I should know this, Logan.
There's a video the other day of Tony Hawk playing one of the old Tony Hawks.
Yeah, because the old ones were actually really revolutionary games.
Mm-hmm. They were actually fun, unlike some of the later crap that they put out with his name.
Yep.
Ratchet and Clank.
I was
They
going to
got
say
their
Ratchet
start.
and Clank. I got
Yeah.
WWF
I never played the
SmackDown
original. Well, I
2.
played the recent Ratchet and Clank, which is supposed to be the original one.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I never played the original.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Did you ever play Burnout?
Spider-Man. Oh yeah.
I played, like, I rented it, but it
Yeah.
wasn't really my cup of tea.
But you have the like crash mode. That was the best. mode.
Yeah, I didn't really care about crash modes.
Aw. I guess the guys behind those original games are working on a new
Yeah.
racing game. They started a new studio. Persona 4. Oh, it's so good.
Here, you work on yours because you're the one farthest behind.
Oh,
you work
sure.
on yours. I have a list.
SSX.
That's
Crash
tricky.
Bandicoot.
5, 6.
Pro Evo Soccer. Ace Combat.
Combit.
No, never played any.
Did you try the Ace Combat 7 VR setup when I brought it up here?
I think so.
I know Jazz played a fuckload of it, and I
Yeah.
need to get some more time in that.
I played a little bit when you had it set up.
It was pretty fun.
Did you? It's too late now if you didn't know. But did you get the digital
It
version?
stinks.
Too late.
Did you get the digital version of the shooting game?
Firewall?
Yeah, it was the free game last month
Why would I re-get Firewall?
because it's a digital copy.
But he already owns it.
Yeah, I already have it. I mean,
But you don't have to
no, I
stick
did
in your
not.
disc.
I didn't redeem it. I've been actually kind of wanting to hop back in and play it though, because since we played it, they have added a bunch of maps, modes, weapons, like abilities. They've
Characters,
expanded a
stuff
lot
like
with
that, yeah.
it.
Maybe we should.
And it's
do
pretty
that.
fun. I mean, there's still a pretty active community around it.
Why don't I just go?
Speaking of random shooters.
No,
uh,
if there's a way I can get any of, I'm
To
kind of
just have it on
I'm
your
done
account.
with physical
Oh, yeah.
games
See,
now.
I'm not.
So
I've been buying a bunch.
well, okay, let me rephrase that. I'm definitely on my Xbox. I'm for sure. Like the only
Yeah,
physical
I have
Xbox
one
game
game on Xbox One.
is Call of Duty, World War II,
Okay.
and Black Ops 4. And that was before I realized, oh wait, I can just buy one digital copy and be
Mhm.
done with it.
Yep.
And but those are it. But at least for PlayStation VR, I would rather have it all digital.
So you can
So
just start it.
It's right. So then I
That
don't
makes
have to
sense.
actually take the headset off to change games.
Yeah. Because that's nice with PC.
I don't get why this is not.
But I don't know. Even now that I don't have like the gamers unlocked thing anymore,
Mm-hmm.
there's not really an incentive for me to
Get physical.
get physical anymore.
Physical. Physical.
I just like having hard copies of
Yeah, no,
media.
because you're
He's a collector.
Yeah.
It's just old fashioned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's
old
just-
man
He's
Shane.
just an old, stupid.
I mean, hey, I can go back and play a whole shitload of retro games that I have saved aside without having to keep rebuying them on new platforms
Mhm.
or.
Well, there's a difference between like games that you can't get digital, like your little
Sure.
GameCube thing.
I obviously have like a massive digital collection too. There's just something I kind of like about collecting physical
No.
media as well.
Kevin Bacon wasn't in for this.
No, no. Yeah.
There's an older guy at work who's probably he's easily in his like mid 40s, and he just quotes Family Guy all the time.
That's funny.
He's always like, "Oh yeah."
Tekken.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I played a crap ton of the Tekken series on PlayStation. Like Tekken 3
I did.
was my jam on PS1, and I played a good bit of Tekken 4 on PS2. I can't remember if I got a copy of 5, but I played 5 in the arcade a lot.
I thought it was funny because I remember when PS2 was coming out and Tekken was one of the early demos they tried showing, and it showed like this crazy 3D environment, and like people would be like moving the cage and yelling. Never happened. It went back to its like, planes of infinite for the first one at least. So
I don't know what this little thing means.
yeah, I could never get into Tekken. I played a lot because that's one of the early games I had.
Well, you had
But
Tekken Tag?
Tekken Tag.
Because I think... I haven't played Tag as much, but the flow of combat I think is slightly different in Tag.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it had like every character at that point.
But I think it's balanced a little differently because it emphasizes multiple characters.
Yeah. It's every time I play Tekken, it feels the same to me. Even though I haven't played as much as Tag, it always feels a little slow and stop and go and clunky. Because like compared that to like Guilty Gear or
Well, those games are focused
yes.
on like crazy,
but I like
constant
that smooth
combo
style.
chains.
Like another one I played a lot on PS2 was Dead or Alive. Yeah, just the constant flow of that movie is.
I played
the game
this
is
a
what I really
lot.
like.
It wasn't on. I'm wrong, Birdie. I played this game a lot. It wasn't. I didn't play it on PS2, but it was also on PlayStation 2. I played it on GameCube, but I played a lot of Def Jam Vendetta.
Oh yeah.
Def Jam Vendetta?
Yep.
What the fuck is that?
It's basically a bunch. It's a fighting game slash wrestling game ish.
With
With
But with
rappers?
rappers.
With rappers.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
I
Yep.
kind of remember it, but
Oh.
I don't think
We
I
have
played it.
Tweezers.
Yeah. Do you want the
We have like the bent ones probably.
curvedy ones?
Yeah. Thank you. I like to grab them.
Yeah, we have both. Since I bought 2 sets,
Yeah.
we have 2 sets of both the curve and the.
Sonic Unleashed?
I'd never after Sega CDL Sonic.
They were dead to you
Right.
until
I
recently.
mean, Adventure was okay.
I mean, I just
This
picked
is
up
the list
Adventure.
of best-selling
Oh, best selling. Yeah.
PlayStation 2 games of all time.
I was looking at like best from one of the websites, but
Star Wars Battlefront 2?
yeah.
The only that was still N64. I'm like, I don't think I had a Star Wars game. I mean, some honorable mentions for PlayStation 2 that are either my favorite or they're definitely I have the most memories in is Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and 2,
Sure.
The Summoner.
Summoner, yep.
There was a game called The Getaway.
Yes.
I don't know what that is, but
I think it's like a GTA type.
I
thing.
played EverQuest had an MMO.
Yep.
It was a PS2 game, and Tyler actually went to like this EverQuest convention, and he won
Wow.
this. He won the game. He won.
He killed everybody. He won the world.
He won the game. He also won
Eduardo.
this really nice Logitech surround sound system,
wow.
and then also a PlayStation controller that had a keyboard.
In it.
Like
Basically.
yeah, it was basically a keyboard
Yeah.
with
I've seen those.
a left and right PS2 thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I played that game. So he was like, "Well, I don't have a PS2," so he gave me the game, the
Nice.
controller, and the surround sound, and I had that system for a while. I used that for a while.
But you don't have it anymore.
Oh, I mean, you could probably find that same type of rig for like $70.
Yeah. Well, in most modern systems, you can actually just plug in a keyboard.
Well, I'm
trying
talking about
to-
speakers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to remember because like I had the Slim PS2. Like I got in when
Loser.
that was a thing. Hey, I really liked the Slim model.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of nice because it was really compact and it had like the integrated broadband and all that.
really
Cheaper.
slim. You do, yeah, I had both the fat and
I have a
and
fat
the
one
adapter.
now
I
with the
had-
adapter, and I don't have a Slim
I still
currently,
have
but
mine.
I had the
One.
slim.
I think I had my original.
Because I think I traded in my PS2 to GameStop,
Ah.
and then I bought it
Well,
again.
that was a mistake.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Like I sold
I never really did
my
that.
N64 stuff on eBay
Wow.
when I was a kid.
yeah, I sold off a lot of my N64 stuff to get a PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
I think that was why.
and
Yeah.
like
That was why.
I really
wanted a
wish I had
PlayStation.
figured out another way to do that because like
Mm-hmm.
they both have really good libraries. I've since kind of reacquired. I don't think I've reacquired everything I had originally. There's still a couple more games to pick up, but I've reacquired the majority of what I had and games I didn't have back then.
I do find it very funny that I always mention StarCraft on N64. And
Yeah.
I saw two of them at PAX,
Yep.
and then there's one at Vintage Stock over
Yep.
here. And it's funny because the Vintage Stock one I'm almost sure is the cheapest.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the one we saw at PAX was like $85.
Yeah.
and the one here was like 55.
Yeah. But yeah.
Resident Evil 4.
Mm-hmm.
That was a smash hit.
But yeah, what I was gonna say is I had the Slim PS2. I remember like hooking up the broadband to play something online,
That's what
but I don't freaking remember what I played online.
Yeah.
I think maybe the Godzilla Save the Earth game had online play, but I swear there was like more than just that I had played online. I also remember like at the time. So at the time, my girlfriend only had dial-up because she was out like in the boonies,
Mm-hmm.
not somewhat boonies. And so like I remember when the Wii launched, I figured out how to get that sucker on the dial-up to play Mario Kart Online by just using internet connection sharing
Oh yeah.
and like the plugged-in broadband adapter for the Wii, and it
So-
worked. It worked pretty good too.
Did
like,
you have cable or DSL internet?
I
well,
had
it was
DSL.
dial-up then.
Oh, sure.
That's what I was
Well, you
saying,
said
like-
that she only had dial-up. But
Yes.
did you have anything better?
I
Or-
had cable or
That's what I'm
whatever at the
talking about,
time,
yeah.
but she had dial-up. So
Yeah.
at her place, yeah, we would get her system online and then do ICS over to the Wii through the USB adapter and get it online, and
Nice.
it worked just fine. Because like a lot of games like that didn't really require a whole lot of bandwidth.
Yeah, there's more like latency. And stuff,
Yeah.
so. They kind of had to design them to support that.
Well, that's the thing is the, like dial-up wasn't really supported.
Oh, sure.
It just was more that we managed to finagle it into working through ICS and stuff. But
Yeah, I didn't have internet for the longest time when I was in high school, even. But a friend of mine had cable, and it was funny because he was kind of a slight hackery guy, but like didn't brag about it. But yeah, he like found a way to like overclock his modem. To,
Yeah.
like, get 1 meg downloads. It's
Yeah.
just nuts.
Oh.
yep,
It's also funny because he like figured out how to get into the school's like inventory / grading / attendance system because it was like a telnet and the password was like a shared password, and it's like, really?
Hey man, they didn't know any better.
I guess.
yeah. I remember using some chat programs back in the day where on my XT-based system, where I had a nice thick external modem connected via parallel, and I had to like call my friend to tell him, "Hey,
I'm about to.
yeah, I'm
Dial
about to dial into you so we can hop on chat." And so he'd be like, "Okay."
Put your phone on the
Yep.
thing.
Yep. So
Don't
he would.
talk.
Yep. So he would have to let his family know that I was going to be calling in, and then get on the computer and put it in like a waiting mode.
Yep.
And then my computer, I would dial him up with the computer, and we'd connect, and we had sort of a
Why talk when you
UDC-esque.
can like use the
Wow.
phone
Well,
line to
hey,
type to
at
each
the time, I mean, this was probably like, when I was doing this, would have been probably like 93, 94.
Sure.
Somewhere in there. So, like, I mean,
Which
this
console?
was for
just PC.
PC, for like DOS-based
Okay.
systems. Like, the old
Yeah.
computer that I have, the XT machine,
So
that is what I would use with an external modem.
Yeah.
So yeah, hardware from like 1984
Yep.
essentially. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. It was
That's
funny
how it
though
is.
because obviously it just called.
Yeah.
So I remember one time like trying to prank his dad by just calling it with the computer and like nothing would be there when he picked up. He was not
You
too
get-
happy about that.
You get the
and-
lovely screeching noise.
No, you just got
Okay.
nothing if there wasn't a computer on
Sure.
the other end like initiating anything. But he was just kind of like
Mine
thought somebody was just
either.
crank calling him, constantly calling and not saying anything. And yeah,
Yeah, it is funny when we were like on AOL and crap, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this was a while before AOL.
and then
Yeah.
you would
Just
turn on the
mainstream
phone
at
and have
least.
that like.
Oh,
you have
yeah.
to like
That,
quickly.
screeching.
You have to like quickly hang up so you didn't lose connection.
Yep.
Yep.
Nah, it's already too late. You're kicked off. Whatever you were just downloading.
talking to my
Mhm.
girlfriend.
Screwed
My
up.
God.
Yeah,
I still remember the novelty too of like chatting to the person next to you.
yeah.
Now it's just normal.
Yeah, I had we had internet fairly consistently and
Yeah.
I lived on my computer
I still don't
very
know.
much.
I still don't know if it's true because it doesn't sound true. But my mom thinks that she was paying for some internet service almost the entire time I was like in elementary and middle school because she thought you needed that to have the computer run. She thought the internet was required, and then we just never hooked up a phone line. It's like, do you not realize how the internet works?
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's like, I hope you
maybe
weren't
if-
paying for that.
Maybe if she had a bunch of kids to
Mhm.
get transported into the internet
Mm-hmm.
to go into a
Logan,
forest.
Logan, don't start. Don't you start that. It's a bitter, bitter topic.
Oh, come on.
That does not look like one. Oh wait, that's
Yeah.
because I'm not looking at that one.
PS2 is a good system.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
they
had
keep
like a
scrolling.
weird game selection. Like I had a few
Yeah.
of the popular ones, but like not a lot of them.
My original.
Devil May Cry.
Yep.
Dude, I love
My
that
original-
game.
My original PS2 lasted a very long time.
Yeah.
Well into like the time when people started having issues, and then I started having issues. Like, no, I don't want to buy another one.
Logan just recently, well, I mean, not recently, it was a bit ago. He started playing for like remaster of Devil May
Oh,
Cry,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
this takes me back, man. This
Well,
takes me back.
It's hilarious the development of that to me too, because it was supposed to be a Resident Evil game.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. And then, like, almost in secret, he just made it the game he wanted it to be, and just kept telling him, "Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
coming
great.
along,
It's great.
it's-
Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, I really liked it.
And then when it got to the point where it was too late for them to cancel it because they were invested so much, they're like, "Fine, just make it its own thing."
Screw it. Devil May Cry and Devil May Cry 2. Both
Yep.
those games.
Devil trigger.
No, Logan, not the fucking Devil Trigger. Okay.
But it's all ready
No.
to be told.
What else?
Max Payne,
I had Max Payne on PC.
Onimusha,
Animation.
I never had that.
You never
one.
played it?
True Crime.
Streets of LA. Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Just because it's the streets of LA?
Dude, I drove to my house
Yeah. Nice.
there. It wasn't my actual house
Well,
because all the houses looked the same.
Yeah.
But they had the streets correct,
Mhm.
Wow,
so I drove to my cross street.
Nice.
that's creepy. And extremely dedicated for a fucking PS2.
I mean, it technically wasn't my street. It was Mom's boyfriend's street because they didn't have PV in there.
Brad's.
Oh, I see. You're talking about.
Uh,
Venice.
Yes.
yeah,
Venice.
yeah. Did you ever play any of the GTAs?
Yeah, I mean, it said Vice City.
Yeah.
Star Wars Battlefront. Tekken 4. Midnight Club.
I played at Midnight Club 2.
Mhm.
Just Moses, yo.
Namco Museum.
Namco.
Them aim girls are called.
I actually have that on Dreamcast now.
Sonic Mega Collection Plus.
I believe I had that.
Sonic Heroes.
I did not have that.
Call of Duty Finest Hour.
I did not get into Call of Duty until I met you.
I didn't get into Call of Duty until
I only
Call of Duty
played
4.
I only played
Yeah,
Call of Duty
4.
until Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2, I think, is when I got
No,
into
mine
it.
was the original Modern Warfare.
The first
original's
one,
good.
I remember watching
Oh,
my
it's good.
cousin
Mm,
play a
so good.
lot of it,
Like
but like
the opening part.
I was pretty busy at
Yeah.
that time. Like I was, yeah, I had
doing real life stuff.
full time in college, a nearly full time job, all this stuff going
I
on.
cannot get these pieces to fit.
It has a head.
God damn it.
Our Gundam's heads are falling off.
That's the only thing I know of that game.
Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mortal Kombat kind of died to me.
I think it died to a lot of people.
Yeah,
back then.
between like 3 and 9.
Yakuza.
Yeah, the Yakuza games are supposed to be good. I bought like 1 or 2 of them
Dynasty
recently.
Warriors 2.
Yeah.
Or 4. Dynasty Warriors 4.
Dynasty Warriors, so like I said, I had the original, and I played a couple of the other ones. Like, it's good dumb fun. It's just funny because you're like wading through hundreds of people and just throwing them around the
It's just a beat
screen.
'em up.
It is.
I bought the Zelda
Large
version of that, the
Yeah, yeah.
Hyrule Warriors,
With
and
Link
I
and-
played for maybe 30 minutes until I'm like,
That's the entire game.
I
Yeah,
am
that's-
bored
that is it.
to death.
Yep,
And I never played it again, but
understandable.
it's nice since it was a Nintendo game. It was like 2 years later, it was the trade-in value was still pretty high because,
They just
Nintendo.
don't lose much value.
right, so because I was like, well, I'm never going to play this again, so here you go.
Yeah, I mean, I feel a little bad for them because they're not horrible games, but did they copy paste those games for a while?
Well, yeah.
They obviously made money, so I get why, but man.
Liberty City Stories.
Yeah, that's supposed to be good.
Need a First Speed Hot Pursuit 2.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero. Samurai Warriors. Bully.
Samurai Warriors.
Oh, I
Space-
loved Bully.
Yeah,
I
Bully's
never-
good.
That was so much fun.
I never played Bully.
Oh,
I didn't
man,
play it, but
you're
it's
missing
supposed
out.
to be
It was
really
so
good.
fun. It was the Rockstar.
Yes.
Wasn't there
one
a
of the
rumor?
few other
Isn't
rocks?
there a
Yes,
rumor
there is a
Bully?
rumor. I was going to bring it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a rumor that they are working on potentially
Were
Bully.
from what I heard, the last update was that it was confirmed that that's not happening.
That sucks.
Like it was something they were working on, and they canned it
because
because
they
just
like teased it, didn't they?
no,
Okay. There
they
was a leak?
it was just an internal thing, and yeah,
Damn.
somebody issued
I can see
a-
them not doing it because it's a
Yeah.
very
Oh, it'd be
They
hard
they
to make
said
that.
they
topic
they
right now.
couldn't really figure out like the way to
But honestly,
do it.
that game is not necessarily about what you think it is. Like, it is more that he is also bullied constantly.
Yep.
And you don't have to be an ass. It's kind of like GTA. You can actually help people.
Yep.
So it's not as bad as people were making it
Hey,
out to be.
I helped people in GTA.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
help them with
along with
their
the
questionable
hundreds of others that you ran down or
Yep.
jumped out and punched them in the face or
Yep.
shot them in the legs. You know,
Well,
whatever.
yeah legs.
You don't look stumpy enough. Let me help you with that.
Yeah, you need some help with that, obviously.
I mean, I would just start walking down the street and I'd be like, this guy, you know what? I bet this guy needs to be punched in the face. And so I did it.
This guy doesn't deserve to live today.
Wow. So, last time it was nice because I only need so many sheets. This time I need like half of them.
I'm struggling with this headpiece.
I'm doing
Yeah,
pretty
they could
good.
be tricky.
I'm hoping there's a way that it locks this sort of
Let's see,
piece
I'm
in.
actually finishing off several sheets today.
Right, I'm
These are gonna be arm units.
I'm knocking out this pretty good. I might actually finish this today.
We'll get some arm units together. We'll see how this
Like my
goes.
headpiece just does not want to fit together.
Nice.
I don't get why.
PO.
PC3.
PC principal. No.
Leslie, shut your fucking mouth.
that's just gonna be the way it is.
Is that just the way it is?
Can't get it to.
999.
Trying to think of any other, like, I mean, we were talking about
Virtua Fighter.
Gauntlet Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had that
Yep.
on. I had that on PlayStation 2.
Resident Evil Outbreak.
Oh,
I had Unreal
Outbreak.
Tournament.
Yeah. Unreal. I had it on PC, so I didn't.
I had it
put
on
there.
PC, and then, well, Tyler had it on PC,
Mhm.
and then I was like, well, I want to be cool too and get it on PlayStation.
Crazy Taxi.
Crazy.
Yep, I actually just got my second disc to replace the one that was screwed up.
For
Oh, so
Dreamcast.
even fixing it didn't work?
Yeah, no, it clearly had like a top layer
So
scratch.
did you go back to the sellers?
No, because it was like, it's like a $10 game or something. I'm like, I'm just going to order another disc. I think I
Yeah.
found one less than $10. So I was like, I'll just have it as a backup disc, and I don't know what I'll do with it. It's not worth the shipping to like
Yeah,
send it
no.
anywhere else, so.
And that one works?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for people
Yep.
who probably don't know, he picked up a Dreamcast
I am
recently.
heavily investing in my Dreamcast and N64 libraries right now, and Genesis to a degree. I'm still picking up some Genesis stuff, but Dreamcast specifically, I think what's appealing to me about it is how finite the library kind of is. So it's like
It's actually doable.
I can get a pretty robust collection without needing like a bajillion titles. I actually found there's a website that has like, I think it's like survey-based site or something, but like they have a gaming focused section where they just have like all the different regional lists of all the titles, and you can kind of like pin them and check off like
Nice.
ones and stuff. So I went through and I was like, okay, now that I have what I have, let me go through and mark the other ones that I want to pick up at some point, minus the ones that I'm kind of trying to learn more about that people recommend, just the ones that I know that I want. I think there's like another 50 games that I had pinned, and then there'll probably be like another 20 or so recommended ones beyond that.
Jeez.
But like at that point, it's like aside from some of the like crappier titles, you like pretty much have like
Everything.
the greatest hits from that entire console's lifetime, because it was only really out for 2 years
Yep.
in the U.S. I am planning at some point on getting the broadband adapter and hopping on the current community for Phantasy Star and just seeing like what's what with that, because I've heard like there's still a fairly active PSO community that still plays on Dreamcast.
It's just funny.
Cool.
Yeah, so
I played that on the original Xbox.
yeah,
I'm still curious to try the
PSO 2.
PSO2.
No. Is the original.
The first one.
PSO2
I
never
don't
came over
remember
here.
which one was.
Yeah.
Well, not. There is one that was here, but
Oh.
it was like version 2, or it was called something
yeah.
different. But yeah,
Because I've been curious to try out that new one.
yeah, you're talking about the new
Yeah.
one, right?
Well, the one that they're now bringing over from
Right,
Japan.
right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for it to be on PC.
I have a few rare Dreamcast games, and I have a couple more I'm planning on getting. But I'm just going to get them here and there over time. So there's a couple import ones I want to get that were Japan-only releases, which I'm kind of curious if that one guy is going to be back at Naka that had a lot of international games. Because I got a bunch of Japan Super Nintendo titles from him, which was pretty cool. And then
Pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure he had some like Sega stuff, but I just didn't have any Sega systems at the time. So I'll be curious to see if he's back with anything this year at Naka.
And you've talked about like next maybe doing Saturn or Sega CD.
I might pick up some Saturn stuff. There's a few games specific to the Saturn that I want to get at some point. It's just tricky because like it's a little more expensive because there's even less really out there for that. So I don't know. There's nothing I feel is drawn to getting for that over like Dreamcast, because there's just a lot of really good games on Dreamcast.
The main one for me again is the original Castlevania Symphony of Night.
Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
I did play a lot of the Lord of the Rings games.
Huh.
Or not. Yeah, it was the Two Towers
Mhm.
and I think that was it. I think the Two Towers, but I had Two Towers on Game Boy Advanced and PlayStation.
I missed a lot
I
of
need to go
licensed
back
games.
and play those because, like, we had a Fellowship of the Ring game for PC, but
Mhm.
it wasn't like the film-based one.
Oh.
It was released at the time the film was a thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like technically based on the books.
Oh yeah.
So like I remember it being kind of good, but like it was very different. And then I remember like Two Towers and stuff came out, and they were like really cool. But at the time, I don't think I had like the right systems to get those games or something. I remember like I had to rely on checking them out at my friend's place to
Mm-hmm.
do it. So
Do it.
yes, we must deal with
Star
it.
Ocean.
Yeah, Star Ocean.
I have that actually. I
Yeah,
managed to
that's a
snag
really
it
good
when
version.
I got,
if it's the one I think it is.
Star Ocean Till the End of Time.
Yes, that one's good.
yeah.
I have this strategy guide for that.
I actually played I think it's the original Star Ocean on PS1. But that's a good game. It's interesting. It's one of those early games where it had like 50 different endings depending on how you played it and what characters you had. Oh. But yeah, Till the End of Time I think was a really good one. They had a later one which kind of
It's a leg.
Yay!
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon.
So Ghost Recon was fun. I kind of like some of those strategy games they don't have anymore. Another one they had was like SOCOM, which was interesting because you would actually
Yeah.
do like the voice commands to the AI, and it kind of worked. Or like Rainbow Six, I think was also.
Soul Calibur 2.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
Good
did.
version.
No,
Grappler,
I
the-
did not have that on PS2. I
Yeah,
had
I
it
did.
on.
That was my main version.
I had on
PS2.
GameCube.
My
'cause I
main
wanted
version
to-
was the
I wanted
arcade.
to play Link.
Yeah,
The arcade was fun.
yeah. I played it in arcades as well.
I did miss out some of the console things because they had like some of the create a character stuff and
Dirge of
They did-
That was
Cerberus.
3.
oh that was
They didn't
I-
add that till 3.
Don't think I own Dirge of Cerberus, but
I don't think
I don't think I ever beat it
Dirge.
because I just couldn't get into it.
No, yeah.
F2.
Dirge.
Yep.
What about Dark Cloud?
Dark Cloud was supposed to be interesting. I never played it. It's an RPG. I think a JRPG.
One that the one game that I played. So I had when I was in high school. I had GameFly. Shit.
Oh yeah. Couldn't
And-
afford that.
Yeah, me either.
Mr. Rich guy over here.
I mean, I had a job, just so we're clear.
Uh-huh.
And I lived out in the middle of nowhere, so.
Well, but they mailed it to you.
Right. It's like
But
so
yeah.
you can't get the mail.
They don't have mail where I live.
Well, thank God that this.
Did you just roll over it?
I rolled over one of these, but thank God it's mostly.
What are you doing?
He's
Thank-
trying to battle damage his.
I think. Yeah, the only one that would have been hurt was this piece, but it did not get hurt. So
I'll go here.
So you say.
anyway, so one game that I clearly remember, and every time I see the series, I'm like, ooh, but I don't think I
Ew.
ever tried again was the Ys series.
Oh
Yeah. So I
that's
actually-
good. Yeah.
This one was Ys, the Ark of Nibiscum.
So
And
I've
I
been
beat that
slowly
game.
buying all the Ease games on Steam. I started one of them. I think it's the 1st
I'd
one.
almost rather try to find that. If that's on Steam, I might pick that up because I'd
Yeah.
rather
Almost all of
Right
them are
on
on there.
PC.
There's a ton.
play that one again, and then maybe play some other ones.
Oh, there's.
They have. So I don't know if you saw it. They're still making these games.
Yes.
And they have one coming out soon that's like a 3D thing. It's kind of different, but it looks good.
Whoa,
Oh, that's why I had this in my hands because I actually needed a piece from it.
where did that go?
I don't know if they picked it up on the camera, but we have the windows open. It's really nice.
It's beautiful out today.
It's like one of our first 65-degree days.
Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could never get
played
into
those.
Splinter Cell, but I should have liked him because it was like a more strategy kind of Metal Gear kind of game.
Twisted Metal Black.
That's a supposed to be a good version.
I never.
I've mainly only
got
played the
into
first one.
them. I mean, I played
I think I watched
them,
one of
but
my
I just
friends
never
play
really.
them.
I figured you would be into Twisted Metal.
Me?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know because I don't really like the
combat part.
combat racing
Sure.
type
Huh.
games like that. It just never appealed to me.
Well, it was more combat than racing, but they did have some modes.
Yeah, it
But
was
yeah.
just like a death race sort of thing.
It was very over the top. Story made
DDR
very
Max
little
too?
sense. Oh yeah, DDR.
Yeah, I had Konamics for PS1. I still have it, but
Yeah, I played somebody else's version of that because other than that, I just played it DDR at the arcade.
Because what's the point of showing off your skills if ain't nobody gonna be able to see it?
I mean, the only good thing is you weren't dropping a ton of money into the house version, but yeah. As long as your map didn't fall apart. Spy Hunter?
Spy Hunter?
I mostly
It's a remake
just
of a
played
really
the
old game.
original. I
Says-
played the
says
crap
Spy
load of
Hunter.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the original I have on NES. Yep, it's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was at this bowling alley that had an arcade section. I didn't play much of it, but you always heard that machine going. Yeah, I think that version was kind of mixed, not very good.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets?
Yep.
Some of those were pretty cheesy. Didn't play them, but I've seen people
I
play
got
sections.
them recently for PS1.
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
interesting. They have them like the first two games I think were on both PS1 and PS2.
Oh, sure.
And I totally got the PS1 versions, so they're like chunkier.
Yep.
I've actually heard like a lot of people kind of like them now. Like looking back, like
Sure.
they're just kind of fun, like silly renditions of those. But yeah, I need to actually play through it. Wasn't the dude from Film Cow streaming the first one?
I think
Like he was
so.
playing through it. Yeah.
Easy Allies played it. Kyle in
Yeah,
particular. And there's like one part where like he died, and there's these things like singing the "You've Died" song to
Oh
him.
yeah.
And he's like, "Nope," and he turns it off.
Nope.
It's super cheesy
Silent Hill
Yep.
2.
at that part. Silent Hill 2,
Silent
yeah.
Hill 2. That's
Did you
supposed
ever
to be
play
the
those?
best one. Me, no.
Oh yeah.
I watched someone play through
Yeah,
them.
you'd probably love those.
Just because I don't know that I'd have the patience for them.
Sure,
Because they're
they're slower.
Slow.
Yeah, but they really kind of mess
Sly
with your head.
Cooper.
I had all
I
this, like,
can
papers.
appreciate games that mess with your head.
Sly Cooper and the Devious Raccoons.
Yep.
Xeno Saga.
Oh, Xenosaga is so good. I never got that far because it took them so damn long to finish some of those games. But I played the original Xenogears and really loved that. So
Yeah.
you know the Xenoblade Chronicles? It's technically kind of the same world. This is like the same director. But they're more like a theme than an actual continued.
Amplitude.
Yeah, Amplitude. It was one of the early like music games. That's kind of, I think that started them before Rock Band because it had like a ship on a
A ship,
track.
mhm.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance.
Yep.
You already
Yep.
said that was, what was that one, Logan?
That was. This is yours. That's mine.
Yeah, that's me.
What did I?
One of your favorite
Baldur's
games?
Gate?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the one. It's probably I would want that game redone or playable on current gen.
What is it?
There's a PC re-release.
Like
It's like
Warhammer?
no, it's
No.
like Diablo,
Oh,
Kinda. A lot more RPG, but yeah.
but
You
it's
can-
really fun multiplayer. Like it would
Yeah.
be a really fun game to play with you.
Battle Engine Aquila.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that one. Oh.
Beyond Good and Evil.
Beyond Good
Yep.
and Evil's really good. I need to play more of it. I started it.
Isn't there a new one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
That's the multiplayer
still
one.
a
It's still a thing.
it's still a thing.
They're supposedly going to have more updates this year. There's still, so I'm on their like email list, so I get an email like once every couple months of like, hey, we're still working on
We're
this.
still not. Yeah, we still don't have it done yet.
But they have big ambitions, so I'll give them some slack. They're trying.
Burnout 2 and 3.
Oh, by the way, Logan, did you ever get to see the presentation for Baldur's Gate 3? I forget if you watched that.
No, because it's 2 hours long.
Yeah, honestly, you're not missing parts of it, but it was
I mean, I saw
looking really good.
right. I mean, I saw what I saw the beginning,
Yeah.
and I'm already sold. Of like, okay, so
I'm
I want
getting
this.
it.
Yeah, yeah, we know the studio's
That's all I
good.
need to know.
It even looked better than their Divinity Original Sin 2.
Oh, because it's the Divinity people that
Yep.
are
Yeah.
nice.
So I think it'll have multiplayer, kind of like
That's
Divinity.
exciting.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be a Tyler and I game.
Yep.
Burnout 2 and 3, Dead to Rights,
Oh yeah. Dead to Rights.
Devil May Cry, Disgaea,
Disgaea. Yeah,
Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly.
yeah.
I really
That
want to.
probably would be
Yep.
my most favorite PS2 game of all time.
Yeah, those always looked really good. It's just
No,
sucks.
it's not all of them. It's just 2.
Sure. But we didn't get like some of the Japanese ones.
I was gonna
Just
say I was
2.
pissed that 3 didn't come out in the U.S.
Yeah.
I heard it wasn't that good.
I don't know. I heard it was
It-
alright, but like it was. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Wii only,
That's
and
right.
so like they
Yeah.
didn't bring it out here for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted it because I think they had like actual motion aiming
Yes.
for both the camera and the flashlight.
Yeah. I've
mechanics.
seen a little bit of somebody playing it. It looked good.
But yeah, I was pissed because I'm like, seriously, the fans clearly want this. There was a huge uproar about it online, and they were just like,
Well, there was a
"Nope."
huge
there
uproar
were
about
there were a
the-
bunch of games like
Yeah.
that because
Nintendo
like
was really bad
well,
at that time.
I think the other thing is like a lot of these games. There were a couple of them. The Last Story
Yeah.
and
Yep.
a couple other. They got European releases.
Yep, with English and everything.
They were already available in English. They literally just had to work out the U.S. distribution and packaging, and they didn't want to do that.
And a lot of fans would have played Fatal Frame in Japanese.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to have English voiceovers. It just felt like they didn't even want to bother.
Frequency,
Oh, yeah, Frequency. Another music game.
Guitar Man.
Yeah, it's kind of a cheesy one.
I know one of the games that Brad really liked was made by Square. That was like the bouncer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was also one of the very early. It might have been one of the first ones.
God Hand.
God
Yep.
Hand is so weird. I think that's a Suda game.
That's
There's
a good
Killer 7 on there,
episode.
too.
Grim Grimoire.
Yep.
Oh, Grim Grimoire, yeah.
Guilty Gear.
Hell yeah. Guilty Gear's amazing. One of my favorite fighting games.
Guitar Hero. Gungrave.
Gungrave. That was a weird game, but it had okay
Was it
parts.
based on the anime?
I think so.
Okay, because I remember watching the first episode or two of the Gungrave.
Yes, it
anime.
was, because it was just as weird.
It was.
Yeah.
It was pretty bizarre.
And kind of low budget.
Ico, we already
Yep.
mentioned. Jack 3.
Yep.
Jack and
I
Daxter, the
never played
Precursor
any of the Jack
Legacy.
games.
Really? It also seems like one you'd
Karaoke
like.
Revolution.
Karaoke Rev.
I
Yep.
actually had that, but that Kyle bought that.
Ah.
But Brad and
Katamari.
Katamari Damacy. You really need to try that sometime. It's fun.
I told Logan I want him to download Watam
Yeah.
because it looks like a lot of fun for co-op too.
Yeah. The only thing with Watam is it's fairly short.
Eh,
But yeah, you should at least give Katamari
it's
a try
really
sometime.
funny though.
They have a PC version.
Um,
And actually, there was an Xbox re-release at one point.
Killer 7.
Yeah, Killer 7. Super weird. Suda 51 game.
Kingdom Hearts. Manhunt.
Yes. That was one of the other rare offshoots from Rockstar. That was one that got him in a lot of trouble because you're like playing this guy that's
A serial
on a-
killer, isn't it, or something?
kind of, yeah, you're on this like reality show thing, but you're like going after these other killers.
Yeah.
And it's like you have like camera angle views
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's
I
like
think I've seen
stealth.
like someone playing that on YouTube or
Yeah.
something.
It's supposed to be good, but like really weird, especially for Rockstar.
Is it a horror game?
It's like a mix between a horror and in a way, yeah,
I might
because
be
like
thinking of the wrong game.
I mean, it's pretty dark. I wouldn't say straight up horror, but like yeah, you're essentially going against these other murderers that
Yeah.
have like a theme, and you have to like
Then I think it was that.
strangle them to death and stuff. Like yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Maximo Ghosts to Glory.
Oh yeah, that one. I think that's a
Never heard of it.
remake of an older one.
Mercenaries. Oh no, Max
Or
Payne.
Max Payne. Yeah.
Max Payne and then Mercenaries. And then Metal Gear Solid, Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater.
That song definitely just always reminds me of the 007.
It's supposed to.
Yeah.
It's absolutely supposed to.
That was the point.
Yep.
Okay, well.
Kojima loves that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Monster Rancher 4.
I need to play the Monster Rancher games.
I played the original on
Yeah.
PlayStation, and it was always fun because Monster Hunter's thing is you would put in a
the
CD,
discs, Yeah.
and it would like make a monster based on that CD.
Yep.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, like generate it based on some data that it read. But yeah, you could.
I
You
just
would.
remember the anime
Yeah.
Yep.
it was
Monster Rancher.
Yep.
Same idea.
Like the yellow eyeball
Yep.
that would hop around.
But it was funny because like it was, you could like figure out that this CD was this really super
Rare.
powerful monster. Yeah,
Gotcha.
you could kind of almost break the game if you found the right disc. It was kind of a nice idea.
Oops. Whoa.
PC 13.
Odin Sphere.
Oh, Odin Sphere is good. I'd never finished that actually, but I really need to. That's like 2D action game by is it Vanillaware that does the software. It's really cool looking art style.
Primal.
Primal. Wow.
I had Primal.
I've not heard of that in a long time.
You can actually get it on. PS4 has some PS2 games you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Primal's one of them. I
Nice.
almost got it.
What
But
is
then-
it?
It's like this
Like a
lady who
Turok?
then has some type of like animal power. And it's like a action beat 'em
Mhm.
up game. But
Project Eden.
Yeah. That was like a
So basically, the animal with Rob Schneider.
Rob
Wow.
Schneider. Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider is
I
I think it was
staple.
called the animal.
Psychonauts.
Yeah.
Psychonauts. Yep.
Psycho.
That almost
No, Logan.
that almost bankrupt their studio. That took them a long time to come out.
Was that Double Fine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Now
it
they
wasn't
have,
Double Fine.
Huh?
It wasn't.
I mean,
It's the dude, the Schaefer.
Yeah, it's most of
guy.
his studio, but I forget if it was actually Double Fine at that point. But yeah, they're making a
probably
new
was
one.
Lucas.
No, he left
LucasArts?
Lucas
Oh.
to make that, I think. Because he worked at Lucas for a while on a bunch of those games. But yeah, I think that was their first project, and it was like their first 3D project, and like they were not ready for it. They're still working on the new one that's coming out soon.
Lots of Ratchet and Clanks.
Yep.
Rez.
Rez, yeah, Rez is amazing.
Was there a sticker?
That's
So-
not the same as the
There
one.
was a
Yes,
Oh, it is.
the like trippy, like 3D.
psychedelic
Yeah, yeah.
music game.
That's where it came out on. Well, there was also wasn't there a Dreamcast version too?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's very good.
I played a
And
little
it's
bit.
the same director that did like Tetris 99,
Yeah.
or not 99, the VR Tetris one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was playing it last weekend.
That like
Yeah.
trippy one?
Yeah.
Wow, that thing looks like you dropped some acid and
Just
started playing
nuts.
Tetris. And it wasn't even in VR.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
it was
it's
like,
crazy
yeah, this is a
in
VR
VR.
game. I'm like, what? What? Jesus.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it was one of
Ridge
the better
Racer 5.
games. Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer.
I think 5 was okay, or no, maybe 5 was when it was starting to go downhill. Yeah, I think 5.
R4 was like.
Yeah,
probably the
R4 was
best
amazing. I did have that. But I think 5 was when they had like some third-party studio do it, or maybe 6. One of those, they started shipping it out. It's like, why? That's one of your main
Right.
games.
Rogue Galaxy.
Oh, yeah. I remember the name. I can't remember anything of that.
I'm just trying to think of any play or
Sakura Wars.
Oh, I wanted to play that. There's also an anime, and they're coming out with a new game soon. It's one of my like anticipated games. So it's like a tactics RPG thing, but it's like during like the late 1900s Japan, but they have mechs. Yeah, so it's like almost steampunky.
That sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, and yeah, it has like an anime style to it.
Interesting.
Yeah, the visuals for the new one look pretty good.
Oh, is that? I think this is H. That is. Let's see.
I love the back of this thing. This thing works great
Shadow
as
of
like
Colossus.
Mm.
That was a
pushing the
very good
sticker,
game.
because especially these thin ones.
Yep.
Shin Megami Tensei, Persona 3,
Yes, very good. And 4.
Silent Hill 2, Sly 3,
I had all the
SOCOM
slides.
2,
Oh,
Surukariba 2,
I'm stupid.
I feel bad.
No, I'm not.
SSX.
I
3
feel
and
bad
Tricky.
because for as much as I love the Persona games, I have not finished any of them. But I really want
I
to.
thought I would really like them. Like
Aw.
Logan got me Persona 5 Golden.
Oh, you got golden?
Or is
Sure.
it 4?
No.
Persona 4 Golden.
No.
Don't look at me. I don't know.
One of them.
What system is it
One
on?
of them's Vivida. Did you get that from me
then
on the
that
Vita?
was 3 golden, yes.
One
Or
of them.
4 golden.
I think it's 4 golden.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's
One of the
3
more
fast.
recent ones.
Yeah, yeah. But that's
I started playing it.
pretty
I'm like, yeah, I think I would like this, and I started it. I'm like, oh no, I was wrong.
Aw.
I was so wrong.
It's definitely its own thing.
Not
like,
what I was expecting, maybe.
yeah, it's funny. There's a lot of time management, which sounds horrendous.
Yeah.
But once you get used to it, parts of that system actually work really well.
Well, yeah, it's a hella popular video game
Yeah.
and series.
Yeah. That's why I'm
So
at.
they're doing something right.
Yes. And like the visual style is amazing. The story, what they're trying to pull off is really interesting. Because it asks a lot of,
I already did Star
Interesting
Star
questions.
Ocean, right?
yeah.
Star
Ocean.
Wars Battlefront. Suikoden?
Suikoden. Yeah, that's one I really want to play. So that's another game where like you have to recruit like 99 other characters.
Oh,
and it has like
God.
multiple endings.
Oh, Lord.
But it's supposed to be really good.
But a bitch ain't one.
Loading.
That's right.
The Mark of Kree?
Yeah. Sounds
That
familiar.
doesn't sound familiar to me.
Oh, so another thing with Persona real quick.
Yeah.
The team that did like 3, 4, and 5, they're working on another project now, which I'm hoping we get to hear about soon. That's going to be like a completely different thing in like a fantasy world. And some of the concept art looks really cool so far. So I'm excited to see what they'll pull off. PC 10. But there's
The Warriors?
the Warriors.
Come out and play.
Yep,
Is
it
that
is
what that game is about?
Literally that.
No way.
Yep, by Rockstar, I
Did
believe.
not know that.
Yep. Another one of their like random offshoots.
Like,
Like
Pony Boy and stuff?
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
it's like the entire movie, and
That's
you play as one of the
crazy.
gangs. Yeah.
Huh.
It's supposed to be decent.
Next one was Time Splitters 2.
Yeah. Time Splitters is a crazy game. I think I only played part of one of them.
I don't know anything about it.
That's a shooter.
It's really good.
But
yeah,
yeah.
It's so it actually, if my memory serves me correctly, gaming history knowledge,
Mhm.
it was actually most of the members of the team from Rare that did the original GoldenEye.
sure.
They left, formed the company behind. Was it Psionics?
Yes. That sounds right.
And they developed Time Splitters
Yeah.
as their next thing. So
As-
it is a very fast-paced shooter with some very interesting mechanics and
Yep.
kind of crazy characters. And
Yeah.
yeah, we played
Yeah,
it.
that was Siphon Filter.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Siphon Filter is good.
My cousin had it, and we played it a lot.
Yeah. As the name implies, there's like time stuff going on.
Yeah. Deal with time things.
Time things.
There's one game that I liked. I'm surprised that I liked it on PlayStation 2, and it was called PsyOps.
Sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar.
It's another action. It's like a shooting action game where you were like this covert operative, but you also had psychic abilities.
Oh,
so it was
yeah,
basically like you had the Force,
Mm-hmm.
and you could like
Oh, shit.
throw objects like crates and shit at people,
Yeah. So that reminds
and like
me of.
pick up people and whatnot.
Is that the game where you like took pills to get like special powers and you could like make people's heads explode and stuff?
What?
Might have been that. It was some really weird game.
That does not sound familiar.
Pretty sure it was PS2.
But
it was another like.
but
psychic
I
power
mean,
game.
it could be. But I only played that game once, and I was also like
Sure.
little.
Tripping balls.
We should almost like lift some of these up.
We should do like Funhouse does and like choose an old ass game and
Yeah,
play it, and
play
then
it.
everybody comments on how awful you are at playing it,
Mm.
or how busted ass the game is.
There's a lot of that, yeah.
Let's see, Tomb Raider Anniversary.
Oh yeah, I forgot they had a
I
release
never
on
really
there.
got in. I only really got into the newer Tomb Raider games.
Yeah.
Tourist Trophy: The Real Writing Simulator. Never heard of it.
Tourist
Transformers.
Robots in Disguise.
It's just apparently there was a Transformers
Mhm.
PlayStation game.
Not too surprised.
Beautiful Joe.
Yes.
And Beautiful Joe 2.
Same guy that did Devil May Cry, I believe. And then he went to start Platinum.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Beautiful Joe was always kind of an interesting concept. Because you're like doing an action scene in slow motion, and it has like film reels going by,
Yeah.
so like you're
Super colorful.
it's a show, but
yeah.
it's like serious, like it's
Isn't
not a
it
show.
like a cartoon?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It was one of the early like cell shading games.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
But I
Kind
think
of
at the end it would
style
like play
as, like
through.
No More Heroes.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, less. No More Heroes is like super flat, cell shaded, weird. But yeah.
Virtua Fighter 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're
X-Men
trying to bring them
Legends
back.
2.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's a pretty good game.
Zone of the Enders.
Yes. Zone of the Enders is so good.
The Second Runner.
First one and second runner, yeah. So that was the game produced by Kojima.
Oh.
It was like under his team, but he just produced it.
Wasn't it like almost an EVA game?
Kind of in
Kind of?
style of the mechs.
The mechs are
Yeah.
like skinny and
Yeah, very
thin. and-
colorful in
yeah.
a way. Yeah, but it took, you're in these mech suits on Mars, and like the mechanics of how you controlled the mech were really fast and fluid, and it felt really good. They were trying to do some interesting stuff with that. But the story was very anime, and I think that turned off a lot of people.
Of course it did.
The Second Runner is the game that came with, I think it was Second Runner, it came with a demo of Metal Gear 2, so I think that's the main reason people bought it. But it alone was a good game.
I already said, I said Disgaea.
Yes. Did you ever see the Disgaea games? They're really good. They're really funny, kind of like an anime kind of funny, but they were also interesting because they had a lot of interesting mechanics they would play with. Like you're like the son of the leader of hell, and like you would have to take over Congress at times and like fight Congress to pass your own rules, and it would actually change the mechanics of the game.
Oh,
But like you're also just like fighting around hell to like keep your position as like the head demon,
jeez.
or the demon lord. And like yeah, it had other mechanics where you'd like pick up your other characters, and you'd have like a stack of 5 characters tall, and you just like throw them at people. Like really weird, but like actually kind of interesting mechanics. And it had kind of like a 3D 2D kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics, where you could like rotate the camera around this like topographical map. Yeah, it was really interesting. And it was also a game where you could like actually level up to like 9,999
Jeez.
level, and it would take forever.
Yeah, I played through the demo for Disgaea 5 that came out on
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah.
I kind of dug it. It looked pretty fun.
They re-released some of them on PC, and I need to play them. They just take a long time, potentially.
Yeah.
There was an article I read recently that the producer of 7
Mhm.
really wants to redo Eve.
Yeah.
Oh,
Parasite
yeah.
Eve.
That would be
Parasite
really
Eve.
good.
Oh, yeah.
I actually played Parasite Eve. I cheated a bit, but it was fun. Yeah,
Nobody
I was
needs-
cheating in a lot of games at
My
that time.
My favorite part of PlayStation 2 was a Game Shark.
Yes. But yeah, Parasite Eve was interesting because they were trying to do like their take on like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I'll keep those.
A Rygar the Legendary Adventure?
Sounds familiar.
Extermination?
Yeah, Exterminate.
Sturgis Cerberus?
Deus
Gungrave? Lifeline?
That sounds familiar.
Deus Ex?
Deus
Yeah.
Ex Machina.
I never played My first Deus Ex was on PS3 with
Yes.
the Humankind.
Yep.
Or no,
Really? You never played the
You remember the
original
original?
one?
So
No.
I went back to play the
He
original
gave,
on PC.
I believe, Sean gave me Deus Ex 1 and 2
I probably
on
did.
PC. I have them, and I'm pretty sure.
Why
that
do I
you-
have these?
I'm pretty sure you gave them to me as gifts.
Yeah.
Musashi.
Oh yeah, that one was really pretty, but
Masashi.
like not very
Jirachi.
good combat. It had issues.
Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah, Fahrenheit. That's
9/11.
no, not quite.
Also known as Indigo Prophecy.
Indigo Prophecy. So you remember?
Came from Quantic Dreams.
Quantum
studio
Dreams.
That also brought us Heavy Rain,
Yes.
Beyond Two Souls, and the earlier Nomad Soul.
Yep, that was one of their first games. A lot of people kind of say it's one of the better games from them too, but
It says it was a largely a glorified QuickTime event.
yes, like most of their games.
Yeah.
It was interesting though, because like the game literally starts where you're like in a bathroom, and then like you suddenly can't control your body and you murder somebody.
Whoa.
But then like you come back to your senses and like somebody's banging on the door because they heard somebody get murdered.
Ah.
So you have to like quickly like get out of the situation.
Get your shit,
Yeah.
get your shit together.
It's really interesting.
Second Sight.
That one also sounds
Coming out at around the same time as PsyOps,
Oh, science.
which that's what Logan just said. Codemaster's Second Sight, developed by Time Splitters developer Free Radical.
Yeah.
Free Radical.
It was
That's
overshadowed by the more
yeah.
action-oriented competition, and the slower pacing put many off.
I am put off.
That's right.
Project Snowblind.
That also sounds familiar.
Originally planned as an action-oriented and multiplayer entry in the Deus Ex series,
Hmm.
Project Snowblind became a more generic FPS, but one that managed to be a pretty good title all the same. Cold Winter? It
Don't know
looks
that.
kind of dumpy. Lesser known FPS that was set in a spy-centric world that used a more realistic approach than most. Tenchu?
Tenchu.
Wrath-
Tenchu is so good.
Wrath of Heaven.
Yes. I really want a new Tenchu game. Honestly, the Ghost of Tsushima is like the closest thing
Kind
to
of close
that.
to it.
You just played as a ninja.
Along
It
with
was
Metal
amazing.
Gear, the Tenchu series was one of the most important releases in the console-based stealth genre, and
Yeah.
Wrath of Heaven is arguably the best entry in the series. Don't even think about trying the Wii's Tenchu Shadow Assassins. If you value your
It's
sanity.
not good.
The games did well enough on the original PlayStation, but by the time Wrath of Heaven rolled around on the PS2, interest had waned somewhat, which was a
Yes.
shame, as this was a superb stealth outing.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, they were always a little janky, but like if you could get through that, it felt really cool. Because you would like sneak up on people and like depending on the angle and like their positioning, you would do like these cool like
Execute
stealth
different
executions.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah. It was cool. Then you had to like hide the body and yeah.
Summoner,
Summoner?
developed by Red Faction and
Yep.
Saints Row creator Volition. Summoner
I
was
forgot
an
they did
attempt to deliver a PC-style RPG for the console audience. And although it didn't do well commercially, it managed its goal quite well and was eventually ported to PC.
The
You
hell?
control Joseph, a summoner who could call into battle various powerful creatures. As well as Joseph, other party members also joined the quest. You take control of these two. Games featured a myriad of side quests, combat was real time. There's also a healthy amount of Diablo-style loot finding to be done.
Mm-hmm.
A sequel to Summoner was released, and although technically better, with a bigger game world
Summoner
and more
2.
features, it wasn't as good as the first game.
It's sad.
Yeah, I think Brad got Summoner 2, and I watched him, and I'm like, I don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Where the hell is this farking piece? It's this fracking piece.
Did
There you go. You're getting it. He's getting
There it is. All right.
Fracking,
Farking.
farking,
Fracking.
fracking. Like underground fracking.
Yes.
Like Battlestar Galactica.
Yes. in my Arnis.
Yep.
Klonoa 2.
Klonoa, yeah. That's a little furry thing. It sounds like.
We featured the first Klonoa in our list of underappreciated PS1 games.
Uh-huh.
The series continued to impress as PS2 outing, which also went largely unnoticed.
Where's this list you're getting?
It's from Den of Geek.
Den of Geek.
SOS: The Final Escape.
Yeah.
Nobody?
Think,
You know that?
That sounds
Sounds
familiar.
familiar.
Also
yeah.
called Disaster Report.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I was like, wait a minute, that looks more familiar.
Yeah.
Unique
There's a bunch of
survival
those.
game that doesn't utilize the usual horror formula, but instead puts you slap bang in the middle of an earthquake. I have heard of that.
So this was actually another one of the Wii
Heard
games
that
that
game.
didn't come to the U.S. They released a Disaster Report 3
Yeah.
in the EU. And again, it was fully English
English.
dubbed, and they just
Damn it.
didn't want to bring it to the U.S. And
Nope.
everybody's like, what the hell?
fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what they're. Just for like gaming history's sake, I'd be really curious to
What-
learn
what
like
the
what
distribution,
what
like,
the thought process was
Issues
behind
were.
that.
Yeah.
My guess is still that they didn't even want to bother. Like they didn't think they'd make a
They're
return.
like, oh,
so,
the audience isn't there.
yeah. Well, it's like
Yeah.
that one time they had to convince them to bring over like was it Xenoblade and a bunch of
there
others?
were several at the very end of the Wii's lifetime that like there was enough people
and
Like,
it
so
ended up making a
revolting
ton of
around
money.
it that they finally were like, okay, and then
And then
they
it
made
blew
a
the fuck up.
they made a crap ton of money
Yeah.
out of it.
Well, it's kind of like when they made, I think it was Final Fantasy X, one of the versions, and they're like, well, why would anybody want the Japanese voiceovers? Like everybody wants. Like why would you
wouldn't-
not?
Why wouldn't you?
They had the
just-
international edition that they never released that had that, and then they finally did with one of the remakes.
Yes, I've heard of Disaster Report.
Mm-hmm.
Odin Sphere, we already talked about that.
Yes, so good.
Oni,
Oh, damn it. Oni.
certainly one of
Yes.
Rockstar's lesser-known titles. Oni was an anime-themed third-person action title developed by a division of Bungie.
I forgot about that one.
It's just a game called 13.
Yes.
Yes,
Or
13.
Yeah.
XIII.
Yes, yep. It's about Red 13.
One of the first cel-shaded titles, 13 took cues from Jet Set Radio.
Mm-hmm.
It was an FPS set in a comic world.
Yeah, I remember when like everybody was trying to do that.
I was gonna
So
say
it was
around
different.
that era, like cell shading was the thing.
Yep.
Because like it was so new and like nobody had seen graphics like that before me.
It almost kind of looks like a
comic
cartoon.
book,
Yep.
but like you play it. Holy shit!
Cell Damage was a
not-
lot of fun, and I actually did rebuy the recent-ish release of Cell Damage on PS4.
Cell
It's a cart combat type game with
Mhm.
cell shading.
Wild Arms.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
RPG. It's another one I kind of want to play
This one
someday.
is specifically Wild Arms 5.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole series. They kind of stopped those. That was Konami, if I remember right.
Big
That's
fucking
one-
surprise.
Yeah, they just gave up on all
Dark Watch.
their good games. Dark Watch.
Dark Watch. Curse of the
Oh,
Wisp.
there's a game that I know that I really liked on PS2. I'm pretty sure it was on there, but Time Crisis 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, that,
Another-
wasn't that on arcade only?
No, they had
No,
console
they
They
releases
had
of
light
them.
guns.
I have the gun cons for PS1 along with the first Time Crisis and a few other
It just
light gun
didn't
games.
sell super well because you need to get expensive light guns.
The guns to go with it, yeah.
But I had those.
Mm-hmm. Mr. I'm
Shin
rich.
Megami Tensei 3.
Hell yeah. Shin Megami Tensei is really fun.
The
So-
Getaway.
You might almost like Shin Megami Tensei more than Persona because there's no real time management issues. It's a lot more like,
Visual novel.
is that one the visual novel?
I don't know.
Or- oh.
That's what I thought those games were marketed as.
No, they're not. So it's technically related. So Shin Megami Tensei is kind of like Final Fantasy, where like there's monsters that are the same in all the series. They're technically different stories, and technically Persona is part of Shin Megami Tensei.
That's what I thought.
But Persona is more like high
I
school,
thought they were hand in hand.
kind of, ish. But again, like all the games are independent.
You're right.
So Persona, like you're going to high school, is basically the thing, and they tie in different stories of how that happens, what happens there. But Shin Megami Tensei is like the world is dead. Like this is like post-apocalyptic. Demons have taken over,
Holy.
and you have to live. And most of them.
Damn.
So, but yeah, in Shin Megami Tensei is interesting because like you can like recruit the demons to like fight
Wow,
for
yeah,
you.
it says this was a change in the negotiation
Yes.
system in which
Yeah.
you had to persuade a demon to fight for you.
Yeah, they were really cool. Like one of them, I think on PS2 had Dante. They had like a crossover. You could have like Dante join your team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were
Primal.
interesting
that's,
games. Yeah,
Developed by
Primal.
Sony's Cambridge studio. The Suffering.
The Suffering also sounds
One of the
familiar.
most disturbing and violent action horror titles ever made.
Oh,
The Suffering
yeah.
was a great first-person adventure that put players in the role of a convicted murderer, Torque, who allegedly murdered his wife and child. This is
allegedly.
the one I think I was mistaking with Manhunt.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah.
This one is Torque is sent to Abbott State Penitentiary, which soon gets hit by an earthquake, unleashing all sorts of hellish creatures, which Torque has to deal with.
Must deal with it.
Kill Switch. No?
Maybe.
I know Kill Switched Engaged.
That's a band. Have you played Gears of War, Mass Effect, Uncharted, or any one of the myriad of cover-based shooters? Probably, but without Kill Switch, you may not have had the chance. From Namco.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Namco was innovative for a while, and they kind of gave up too. I think they just never made enough money.
Sly Cooper. PsyOps, the Mind Gate Conspiracy.
Oh, we were talking about Volition earlier. Did they get bought out or something? What happened to them?
I'm not sure.
I'm surprised they just haven't done like another Saints Row or something.
Project Eden. Killer 7. The Thing.
The Thing.
Oh.
Probably
based on
literally.
movie?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Shadow of Rome.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Dark Cloud. Gitaru Man.
Guitar Man.
Freedom Fighters. Urban Chaos. Riot Response.
God, where? It just doesn't really
Blood
show.
Will Tell. Based on the manga Dororo. Dororo.
Can I steal your exact title for
Yeah.
a second?
It doesn't really show.
I got some tiny sticker application to do here, and that just makes it a little easier.
Yeah, Deep Silver Volition.
But it is okay. Whatever.
Res.
You don't show it on here.
Monster Hunter.
There's a piece.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just bitch for a second. So there's a piece that I'm like, I'm pretty sure that this other piece needs to be there, but I don't see it in this. But when I look at the like pictures, it's there, and I'm like, okay, I assumed it was, but it's not as clear as it should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's...
Because I was wondering why I had extra stickers and extra of these pieces.
So, Deep Silver Volition was part of THQ. So, they got sold out.
It's in the game.
What about earlier? Did you guys have a PlayStation 1?
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I
I-
got one
Did
very
you have
late.
the like old school
Yes.
cinder block one?
Yes.
Mostly.
I
Or
still
the
have
newer
mine.
little
I think mine was technically the second gen, because the first gen was pretty rare, and it had like the AV ports, I think, built in.
Oh, sure. Yeah, mine's that, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I still had like the big port on the back for the
Yeah.
Game Shark, because they took
Yeah,
that
'cause
out like in
later on,
third
didn't
gen, I
they?
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
And then
it didn't-
eventually they had the small
Because
one.
the Game Shark used to be that like box.
Yeah, it would stick
That
out the
you
back.
put in. Yeah, you plug in
Ka-chunk.
the back.
It
Yeah,
was
my
essentially
friend had one of
overriding
those.
memory.
When I got it, I got the slim one. The
When I
PSX.
got my PS1, it was this little tiny one, and my brother had modded it. He put a chip in so that it could run burned games.
Yeah.
And he gave me like Unreal Tournament and Frogger 2 and
Yep.
all
Yeah,
that stuff.
Kyle tried to do that too, and he fried the board.
Yeah, well, that's Kyle. So what about
Kyle.
underrated PS1 games?
Oh,
Was
man.
that it?
There's
The list is
I mean,
gone?
we already went through a bunch of other ones.
Of PS2 ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
we already had gone through a bunch of them.
Okay.
We're done.
Yo-Yo's Puzzle Park?
Yo-Yo's Puzzle Park.
Nope, nothing.
Nope, no.
Okay.
Don't know that one.
Gradius Gaiden.
I mean, I
Yeah,
know the Gradius
Gradius.
series. I played a lot of that, and it's a lot of fun, but I don't
Retro
think
2D
I played
shooters.
that one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a shmup.
Schmidt.
Released only in Japan.
Uh,
Saw Konami attempt to update the spaceship shooter template a little. Yeah, I don't know. Hogs of War.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. There's going to be more rare
What is
ones,
this?
probably.
No, I need D2. 15.
Jeez.
15. R-Type Delta?
Yep.
Yeah. Another shooter, right?
Let me
Yeah,
see.
side scrolling.
Yeah.
Like Gradius Gaiden, this is another console-only entry in a much-loved shooter series. IREM's first attempt to move its visuals from traditional sprites to 3D polygons.
I don't think I ever played it, but I saw it a lot, like in used stores. That's just kind of sad.
I can't think of any PlayStation 1 game that I can think of that was a
Ape Escape?
like a one hit, or not a one hit wonder, but like the equivalency
Underrated.
of that. Yeah. Like I'm
Ape
pretty
Escape?
sure I owned a lot
love
of.
that fucking game.
I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot of ones that like you can only.
I
find
know
on
that I had a
Legend
lot
of
of.
Dragoon?
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say, so I know I had a lot of friends who like didn't care to check out Legend of Dragoon
Vagrant Story.
because
Vagrant Story?
they was like it was in Final Fantasy,
play
but
Dragoon.
I'm like,
That's not the point.
you need to try
You need
it
to
because
play
it is similar and it's really good.
good.
I guess the only one I could say that maybe was underrated was Legends of Mana.
At the
Really?
time that it
Underrated?
came out,
Kinda. They never sold as well as like a lot of other JRPGs. That is one good thing with the PS1. They had so many JRPGs.
Chrono Crisis. No. Chrono Trigger?
Chrono Cross.
Chrono Cross.
Chrono Trigger is
the old one.
Super
Super
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Yeah, Chrono Cross
Chrono
is
Cross.
one of my favorite RPGs.
Yep, I played that one.
So good.
I just turn it on and listen to the.
Oh, the music
Beginning
soundtrack is
intro.
amazing. Yeah.
Such a weird fucking game, though.
Kind of. But interesting. They were trying new things. It still had a tie-in with the original game.
Yep.
It had multiple endings.
Yep.
Interesting characters. Yeah.
It's still just pretty bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Driller?
Mr.
Yep.
Driller. Yep.
Why Namco's adorable Mr. Driller isn't a more popular franchise than it is. In the Hunt.
In the Hunt.
If you're fond of the Metal Slug series, then you'll
Oh.
immediately recognize the stunning sprite design in this horizontal shooter.
Huh.
No one can stop Mr. Domino.
Yep. Forgot about that one. It was kind of one of those like weird.
This is one of those quirky looking games that
Yeah.
at first seems completely impenetrable. Once you play it for a few minutes, though, No One Can Stop Mr. Domino proves to be challenging and curiously addictive.
Never played it, but I think I.
Reversing a
Yeah, I've
range of
heard of
3D
it.
courses, which look a bit like the ones in those Micro Machines racing games.
Mm-hmm.
You control Mr. Domino, a lively little chap who refuses to stop running. The aim is to avoid hazards and obstacles while placing dominoes on predefined squares by pressing one of the PS1 controller's face buttons at just the right moment. Oh,
Push his
Lord.
face.
That looks ridiculous. Pop and Pop?
Oh, is that the music game?
It looks like it.
Yes, that game
Action
is crazy.
puzzle game feels more like something from the SNES era than the cooler than thou days of a PlayStation.
Is it Pop and Pop?
Provides an affectionate nod to the classics of Taito's 80s era. Playable characters include Tiki the Kiwi.
Oh no, that's not what I'm thinking. So there's this music game where you just had like all these little like circles,
Yeah,
and
that-
you would like hit
In
all the
essence,
circles.
Pop and Pop's a riff on the puzzle bobble bust a move color matching theming. You fire colored balloons at other balloons.
Oh no. Yeah, this is totally different.
Yeah,
This is more like a DDR type thing.
Xanac X Xanac.
Xanac,
No idea. That's a weird one.
not Xanax. That's
Starblade Alpha.
Xanax.
Rail shooter game.
I'm like, isn't this stuff not recyclable?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because
Pretty sure it's not.
I think some of it's ABS and some of it's.
Do I have
I have
to
to
make
look.
2 of those? Oh, I did. I missed the 2X thing. Damn it.
Yep.
Need anything to drink?
Good for now.
Do you have any more Cokes over there?
Yeah, there was one
Sure,
left
I'll
for you.
I'll take one.
So, I guess you brought one or somebody brought one because the one I bought was still in.
Yeah, I think Logan grabbed one of the
That's fine.
smaller size ones because I think you got a real big one.
Yeah, the big one's in there.
13. Is that why I have 2 rails
14.
of XP?
Probably.
Oops, sorry. That must be why.
Yeah, PS1 in general had so many good games. Metal Gear, solid. A lot of good
Rampage
JRPGs.
World Tour.
Rampage, yeah.
What the fuck? C
Dinosaur
minus 12
game.
Final Resistance. LSD Dream Emulator.
Yep, LSD. Wow.
What the fuck?
Forgot about that one.
In Cold Blood. Crusader No Remorse. Rapid Reload. Gunner's Heaven.
A lot of shooters on this list.
Right. Fighting Force,
Fighting Force, I've heard.
War Games, DEFCON 1,
It's
Yep.
on the floor next to you.
Intelligent Cube,
Intelligent Cubes, so good. I even put it on our arcade machine.
called Kurushi.
So it's one of the few games I only had like one demo disc, and it was a cool demo disc because it had that, and it also had Metal Gear Solid 1 in Japanese. But yeah, Intelligent Cube's interesting. It's a puzzle game,
Yep.
but you have this little guy that's running around on this like big set of cubes floating in space, and you have this row of cubes that'll like rotate to crush you or push you off the edge, but then you have to like lay down, like these blocks will disappear, and then you have to make the entire row go before it rolls you over. So it's like a weird, almost,
Race Against Time.
yeah, but like a hint of Tetris kind of thing.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, because you still have to do it in an efficient order, and there's, yeah.
Bloody Roar.
Bloody Roar, yeah. Fighting game.
That's in that fucking PlayStation song by Eiffel 65. Right, Logan?
Wrong.
Right?
Uh,
Bloody Roar.
Body roar, yep. Expand.
Mist.
Mist, yep. Yep.
Oh,
The PC
This is
game.
Mist/Riven.
Yep. Both. I think that was the version that came with both. But yeah, it's literally the PC version.
None of my neighbors had that on PC.
Yeah.
I
If you
did.
love puzzle games,
Yeah,
they're really
they were
good.
playing it one day, and I'm like, wow, this is way over my little kid head.
Oh man, yeah.
Holy balls.
I never could quite beat them.
It's
but-
not that bad.
Yeah,
should
well,
Well, I
back
was
and-
a little kid.
I could
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
do one.
No, I'm just saying you should go back now and give
Yeah.
it because it does have a good challenge, but it's definitely doable.
Yeah.
Sure. The thing that messes with me is like I never know necessarily what information is useful and what's not.
Everything serves a purpose.
Right.
Kinda.
Everything serves a purpose. There's not really any significant red herring.
Well, isn't there like a lot of the planetarium stuff like you don't really need?
No,
you just need like a specific part.
You make use of everything that's in there. Yeah.
Because I also saw somebody that like speedrunned it because you basically start where you can end it.
Yeah, it's
But-
a game that once you obtain knowledge
Yeah.
in the game, then you've essentially. That's one of the things I like about it.
It's essentially
Your
like-
saving is part. I mean, there are like saves, but like part of it is you knowing certain things in the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, once you beat it, you technically would know how to like end it from the beginning within a few minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But yeah,
MDK?
yep.
Murder, Death, Kill.
Oh,
that
wow.
was
That's what that is?
yes. That was by DMA Design. Doesn't mean anything. I love that.
It
But that
seemed like a big release for its time, coming from Shiny Entertainment, creator of Earthworm
oh
Jim.
shiny. Never mind. I'm
But
thinking of
on the PS1, it didn't really get out of the starting blocks.
Yeah.
It's a shame, as although short, MDK was a great third-person shooter, packing
Yes.
humor and unique features for the time.
I think it's
some of
on
that team worked on other
Dreamcast.
stuff. I think so. And there was a
I think
second
it was one of the ones I checked off on my list to.
It was
check
weird
out.
because,
Oh,
like, yeah, it was like a first-person thing, but you had like this. Your head was this like giant cannon, so you'd have like this tunnel vision effect with like a
Weird.
cursor. Like it was just really weird.
Jade Cocoon?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Blood Omen.
Blood Omen,
Legacy
which is
of Cain.
yep,
Yep.
Legacy of Cain.
First game in the Blood Omen series. Which, Soul Reaver.
Yes. It's technically part of that, but this is like a prequel.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Soul Reaver was on PS1. Wasn't it?
The Misadventures.
Yeah.
Misadventures of Tron Bonne.
Tron Bond. Yeah. that
Part of the
sounds
Mega
familiar.
Man Legends series.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
Galarians is one of the more interesting Resident Evil clones.
Galarians. Oh, speaking of Resi clones by them, what about Dino Crisis?
Dino Crisis. I remember that.
Yep. I have that on my Dreamcast
Didn't that
list
want to
as
be?
well.
It wanted to be Turok.
It's literally like Dino Crisis, Resident Evil mixed with like a Turok-ish thing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Just go with it.
Or like I guess it's kind of like
Just let it happen.
Jurassic Park in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like they bring back these dinosaurs and they start going on a rampage.
You know, like that always happens.
Yeah. Well, nature will find a way.
Yeah, it always finds a way.
Learn from Armor fucking with that.
Toe Ball 2.
Toe ball fire.
Looks like a
Damn
fighter.
it, Logan.
Tempest X3.
Oh, Tempest. Huh.
Disruptor.
Yes, Disruptor's pretty
Created by
cool.
Insomniac.
Lesser known,
Insomniac,
but
yeah.
really good.
Example of a non-N64 console FPS title that worked well.
Yep.
Yeah. PS1 didn't have a lot of shooters.
Vandal Hearts.
Yeah, that's another RPG, JRPG-ish one that's interesting. I think I wanted to play that, and I never
Very
did.
similar in gameplay to Sega's Shining Force series.
Yeah. I think there's like a second one to that, too. I hope this is right. I can't quite tell. So,
Alundra.
Alundra. That's a good name.
Want to play Zelda on your PlayStation? Although impossible at the time of release and today, there's always a great alternative in Alundra. Clearly a blatant Zelda knockoff. Airgees?
Yes.
That sounds familiar.
Do I have that? I'm trying to remember because I was playing it recently, but I can't remember if that was on my PlayStation Classic because I flashed it or if I got a physical. I think it was just on my Classic.
Probably.
But yeah.
A dream game for many PlayStation owners. Not only
Yep.
is it a cross between Tekken and Power Stone,
Yep.
but
Huh.
it features Final Fantasy characters
Yep.
battling it out in full 3D.
Yep.
Fans actually get the chance to wield Cloud's Buster Sword and play it as the iconic sound.
Oh, that.
Yes.
Airgees.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I never knew how to pronounce it.
Yep.
I
Yep.
didn't either. I just looked at it. I'm
Yep.
like, oh, sure, let's just spit that out. If
That
they recognize
is
it, they
how it's
recognize it.
pronounced.
Persona,
Yeah, it was weird.
Persona 2, Heart of Darkness.
Yep.
Yeah, sadly,
this was quite a
Persona
hype monster back before its release in 1998.
Persona 2 is kind of hard to get. Persona 1 is also really hard because they only came out with like one version.
Suikoden 2.
See, I think this is
Legend of
supposed to-
Dragon!
Yeah.
Sony published RPG and one that was initially criticized for being overly generic.
Oh.
The Legend of Dragoon has become
How?
a cult classic for
Yes.
PS1 fans.
How is that overly?
The game is a clear product of the Final Fantasy era and has
Yep.
many similar features, including random encounters, which can be avoided if the player wishes.
Yeah, a lot of
Although
people gave it crap, but it really didn't deserve
it
the
was
crap.
fun. I thought it was a
It's
lot
a
of
pretty
fun.
fun game.
That was different.
Although it apes a lot on Final Fantasy features, Legend of Dragoon also has some unique features, most notably the additions system that features user input combos to open up more powerful attacks. Characters can also transform into the titular Dragoons once
Yeah.
they acquire a Dragoon spirit.
And technically, Dragoon is related to Final Fantasy, so they kind of did.
Many fans of the
Oh,
game
yeah.
actually consider the Legend of Dragoon to be superior to the Final Fantasy series.
I don't know that I'd say superior,
yeah.
but I would definitely say it deserves to be considered in a similar pool of
Right.
titles
Of
for a
that
PS1.
style
yes.
of, yeah. I don't know why I got that game or how I got that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if maybe my friend got it for me for my birthday or like they let me borrow it
check.
and told me to keep it. I don't know that I would have bought that game on my own.
My cousins had it, so I got to see them play it, but I never got to play it. Do you see like a gold?
I don't know. Do you see like a gray?
Oh God, you both lost a piece!
Shoot.
I just dropped.
I dropped a tiny
Here I am
red.
trying to moon the camera too.
Yeah,
It's
please,
alright.
please don't move the camera, Sean. Here, hang on.
Alright, give the people
I'm
what they
going
want.
down.
He's going in.
Give the
All
people
right.
what they want.
What are you looking for?
It's like a gold part of a hand.
It's over there.
Oh, okay. He's
Now-
climbing
Alright.
in.
Shane, when you built your arms, have you built your arms yet?
Yeah.
When you built your arms and it said to do ×2, did it ask you to reverse it?
Sweet.
Or did they all assemble the same way?
I think they assemble pretty close
Okay.
because I think both the arms and the legs. I think the only main difference is like the junction point is flipped around.
Okay.
Hmm.
Which I don't think is an issue. Because they both look the same once they're assembled.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just noticed a flaw with this one in the instructions because like clearly I have to clip off these like extra bits, but it didn't do like the little make sure you clip these things. Symbol in here. Otherwise, this hand will not come together.
Rival Schools,
Yes.
Rival Schools, yeah. Good fighting
one
game.
of Capcom's most overlooked releases.
Yeah, I want to play more of that.
Typically colorful Japanese-style schools.
I think that's on here, one of the versions.
We have Rival Schools 2 on the
Complete with-
arcade machine.
Complete with dodgy schoolgirl underwear flashing.
Yes.
Combatants vary from martial artists to sports players.
It's very much like high school fighting anime type,
Yeah.
but as a fighting game.
We already said Klonoa.
Mm-hmm.
Silhouette Mirage.
It's a generic name.
Nope, nothing. Jumping Flash.
Yes. Jumping Flash.
To this day, one of the best. Jumping Flash was one of the first ever attempts to create a first-person platformer. For the most part, it worked.
First person platformer.
Tomba.
You haven't played Jumping Flash? Oh, man.
Sounds familiar.
You need to check that out. It's very interesting.
I can scroll back up.
Need to make a list.
I can bring my PS Classic up here. It's on there.
Oh, sure.
First one is, at least. I think I loaded the
I
second
still
one
thought
up.
about loading that other
Oh, and you
pie.
play as a robotic rabbit named Robin.
Yep.
Nice. The game features bold, colorful worlds to jump around in 3 dimensions as sports. A rather unique interface, complete with radar, auto view tilt when you jump, so you can see where you're going to land. Mixes this platforming with first-person shooting of sorts, and item collection goals with boss battles.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm back.
Tomba 2,
You
or
feel
Tombi
lighter?
2,
worried about you, Logan.
Silent Bomber,
Silent Bomber.
Star Ocean,
Yeah, Star Ocean. So good.
Puzzle Bobble 4, Bust a
Puzzle
Move 4.
Bobble. Bust a move, man. I never quite got into it, but I can see what people like.
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo,
Yep.
Yeah, that had super
Street Fighter in it.
Street Fighter, yeah. Weird combination of things.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
Legend of Legaia,
Yes. Another RPG, I believe.
looks like it. G Police,
Sounds familiar. I finally got one arm.
Colony Wars, Bishibashi Special. Long before Nintendo's Wario developed a taste for tiny bite-sized minigames,
Oh.
Bishibashi Special was shaking soda bottles and wasting mechanical pencil lead on a PlayStation with style
Nice.
and content that could only come from Japan.
Yep.
The best party games ever made, especially if you use 2 PlayStation Molt taps.
You could use 2 multi-taps?
Use 2 PlayStation Molt taps to
What
enable
the hell?
8-player support.
I didn't know that was
Well,
supported.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I think it is. I'm
God
gonna
damn.
have to hunt that
There
down
are
at some
a few
point.
times
Yeah.
when button mashing is so much fun. Even
I
in the
love,
wake of motion-controlled silliness.
I love the WarioWare games.
What makes me too?
Yeah.
What makes it all the most enjoyable is the bizarre nature of it all and the crazy selection of challenges. Something of a rarity
The-
at the time.
Pencil lead one sounds familiar. I've probably seen that somewhere.
Jammer Lammy.
Unjammerly.
Jammer Lammy.
Did you ever play those?
Nope. Parappa the Rapper.
Yep.
No
I never played Jamma, but I did play the first Parappa.
I did not.
Punch, kick, it's all in the mind.
Ghost in the Shell?
Ghost in the Shell. Yes, I have that somewhere.
Wow.
It is really
I didn't realize
interesting.
they made a game.
They
I mean,
did.
They've made some since.
They
but
made some bad games.
Yeah.
This one is simple but really fun. So you're actually playing as a new
Fuchikoma tank.
Fuchikoma. Yeah, you're like a new guy working with them in a Fuchikoma. So like you literally like can climb on all the surfaces
Yeah.
and you like shoot machine guns and you have like homing missiles.
Third-person shooter puts players in the cockpit of a powerful wall-climbing Fuchikoma
Yeah,
tank.
it's really fun.
Cool.
Simple but fun. Yeah.
Bushido Blade.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Bushido Blade.
I don't think I've ever seen it, but I know that name.
Bushido Blade.
Bushido Blade.
It's another fighting game, kind of, but you're playing as a swordsman, and like you will straight up kill somebody in 1 or 2 hits. Like it's like hardcore.
Bushido Blade's combat is both rewarding and addictive.
Yes,
It does
it's
away with the ability to button mash your way to victory, and instead features a combat system that requires genuine skill and
Yes.
perfect timing,
yeah,
especially when going up against another human opponent.
yeah. Like if you whiff, you're dead. because they're just
Wow.
gonna get another hit
That
on you.
almost sounds like that. What the fuck is that? The one that's current
Mm-hmm.
that has samurais in it.
Samurai Showdown.
Showdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way,
It's a similar
Kind of.
similar approach.
That one you can hit multiple times, but yeah,
It's still more in that vein.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think in maybe the second one, you can chop off arms and stuff.
Holy
So,
moly.
Yeah.
Die Hard trilogy.
Oh yeah, I heard that's bad. I think they got Bruce Willis for one of those games.
Police Knots.
Police Knots.
Directed by Metal Gear creator Hideo Kojima.
Yep.
Police Knots is very similar to the previous excellent Sega
Did
CD
that?
title Snatcher.
Yeah. Did that come to the U.S.?
Don't know.
Because that you'll see references to Police Knots and Catcher.
The game has
in-
never been released outside of Japan.
That's what I thought. Yeah, you'll see references to those in Metal Gear actually. So
Initially only available on NEC, PC 9821,
yes,
3DO,
Mhm.
Sega Saturn, and PlayStation.
yeah, the actual original Metal Gear non-solid was on one of those like
PC Engine,
PC Engine.
MSX.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
And then they eventually ported it to NES.
I was gonna
Well,
say.
the
Or-
NES version is not
is that the one that's not?
considered. That's
Metal
the one
Gear
that's.
2 that wasn't him.
It's.
'Cause when
It
I-
was a different team, but it's not 2. It's just a version of 1 that's kind of a
Yeah.
re-implementation.
when
of
I was a
1.
kid,
Mhm.
in my hometown, every Mother's Day weekend, there would be a flea market.
Mhm.
And people from all over would bring their weird bullshit and try to sell it.
Mhm.
And I remember specifically, there was one guy, like one booth, and they had old NES games.
Nice.
And one of them was Metal Gear.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I'm like, was that worth a lot of money?
No,
Like-
you can find it fairly commonly
Okay.
still.
Yeah.
And
He-
it has issues, just as a
Oh,
game
yeah.
perspective.
he disowned it.
Really?
yeah.
Well, he wasn't
Was that
really.
bad?
He
He
wasn't
wasn't part
really
of it.
involved.
Was it?
in
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
changed the story, and he's like, "This
Oh.
is not my
It's
story."
not mine
Yeah.
anymore. Well, what
So-
the hell?
Yep.
I
They're
mean,
just trying to push it out as a sequel.
that's bullshit. All right. Vid Ribbon?
Yeah, Vib Ribbon is really interesting. That's another one I always kind of wanted to try. So it's super simple graph. It's literally like black with like a sketchy
That's what, yeah,
white
it's got a
character.
picture.
Yeah, and it like the lines kind of
Looks like
jump
a
around.
chalkboard.
Yeah, I think
But
I've seen that one.
It's a music game. So
Yeah.
it's one of these few games you can actually open the tray, put in like any random CD, and it will make a music game out of whatever CD you put in there, whatever track. There's another one called Nitrous Oxide
Yes.
that did the same
Yep.
thing, and that
Yep.
was really fun too.
Obstacles are generated in time with the music.
Yep. Yeah, so you'd have to like hit different buttons at the different timings based on
Classical
the.
and chill out music may be relatively simple and sedate, while heavy metal or dance music can provide the kind of obstacle avoidance test that can tie your fingers in knots.
And so the built-in soundtrack was really good too. Very very Japanese.
Future Cop LAPD.
Future Cop.
That just sounds cool. Legacy of Kain.
Yep.
Parasite Eve 2.
Yeah. I always forget they had a second one.
And Vagrant Story.
Oh, Vagrant
Yep.
Story's so good.
Did
I
you-
feel bad because I never finished it.
Never
but-
played it. I've heard of it.
Oh man, the visual style, it's so good.
I think I noticed it because of the art on the
Yes.
front of the game.
Yeah. So it's technically the same world as Final Fantasy 12 Tactics, like that world. But yeah, it was very dark. It had kind of a comic style because like you'd have these speech bubbles. The visuals were cool. It was almost more like a Dark Souls dungeon crawler type of thing.
Huh.
Because it could be really hard. What really messed me up is I didn't realize there's a lot of it that's time based. Nice.
Got
Instead of
the-
a traditional turn-based approach used by the likes of Final Fantasy, here the game fuses both turn-based and real-time with action, adventure, exploration, and puzzle solving.
Yeah.
now
Combat
just
is essentially turn-based, but is more fluid.
Mhm.
You can move around.
You'd have like this bubble of like where your attack's gonna hit, and then you have to like time combos. It's really interesting.
so I got the main guts of him done, but I got to do all his auxiliary shit now, like the backpack, and I think he's got some equipment to attach to him.
Yep.
So I'm
Nice.
actually gonna just kind of set him over here for a moment, so he
Nice.
can chill out while I'm working on his upgrades.
Am I missing an eye?
No, Not yet.
I can't see.
But you were.
No, that's an N. What the hell?
So you like to play Castlevania?
Yeah. Symphony of the Night, man. It's so good.
Maybe that's
tiny.
how it's
So
supposed
Final Fantasy VI. That was a PlayStation 1.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Metal Gear
Did something backwards.
Solid.
Maybe.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Tekken 3, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9, Resident Evil 2,
Uh-huh.
Wipeout,
Wipeout, yeah.
2097.
Oh my god.
Was that was a racing game?
Yes.
Yes. That's like the...
Not the music game.
No.
No, Wipeout was the race. It was like F-Zero. Right?
Yes. Like the later F-Zeros, yep.
Gran
Wipeout's pretty
Turismo,
fun.
Crash Team Racing.
This is kind of funny, but this is like one of those things you're not going to see unless you open it apart. Between his left and right arm, these pieces are like, there's a thing that goes the opposite direction, but it fits all the same. Oh my god.
Alright.
Oh.
Where does that go?
Why in the balls does this?
There goes. 7, 8.
It's kind of nice to be like finishing up some sheets.
Uh-huh.
So, what?
Yeah, so what, Shane?
No, I'm just, what?
Oh yeah, Logan,
You
I think
want to
you're...
fight about it?
You want to bottle ball?
I think you're in the bathroom or something. But did you ever play, what was it again? Energies or Energize?
Ergies.
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 Yeah.
It was a Final Fantasy fighting game.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Did Legends of Mana make it on that list?
I don't
It
know.
should.
Because let me just tell you.
Crazy Chicken 2.
Oh yeah, I remember those games. I didn't play it, but I think one of my friends had that.
It's like Crazy Taxi, but with
Clone
chickens.
Wars, Street
Basically.
Fighter Alpha 3, Spyro, Year of the Dragon.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You know what? Fuck it. I don't care anymore. That's gonna work.
Soul Blade.
Yep.
Yep.
Soul Bleed.
I have it. It is the first title that led to Soul Calibur.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
gotcha. This seemed familiar.
Yep. Doesn't it have some of the
Oddworld.
same characters?
Yes,
Games
it has the
Exodus.
same character lineup with a
Pretty
few
sure it
that I
has-
don't know that reappeared.
I know it has Sophitia.
Oh yeah, Voldo's in it. All the core guys are there. Cervantes.
Siegfried.
Oddworld.
And Roy.
Crash Bandicoot
Oddworld.
3. Motherfucking Ape Escape.
Mm-hmm.
Exhumed? No?
Sounds familiar. Did you ever see the Ape Escape mode in Metal Gear 3?
I don't know.
Yeah. You'd actually like try to capture the apes.
Ridge Racer Type 4?
Hell
That's
yes.
the best one.
I played
It has a picture of the front of it.
Yeah.
It's just the red one.
R4.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ridge Racer Type 4.
Did I play that one or play the one after that?
I don't know, but that's widely regarded
'Cause-
as the best one.
Yeah,
and
I played the one with
played
like,
that
the
one
P,
the most.
or no, it's like an R and it's yellow.
Yes, that's it.
That's because
Yeah.
she showed a different cover. Unless they have multiple
they've
covers.
they've changed
Okay,
the
yeah,
cover
It's
design
the-
at different
this one,
times. I
the-
think.
I think
the
that
red
might have been
one.
like the original
Yeah.
cover. But yeah, I played so much of that racing game.
Ridge Racer?
Yes, it's insane.
Ridge
Like
Racer.
it could be kind of tricky, but it was very much like arcadey, rubber bandy type of thing. Because like you knew that like your car was always third place. And if you didn't get to like a certain place by a certain time, you would never win.
Not-
because
not
like you
gonna
have to take
happen.
the entire last lap to get the first place guy.
God damn.
Yeah. But and also it had like really cool like drifting if you could get the timing down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Man, that was so there's an arcade version of that. one of the few arcade games I could ever get first place every single time and get like free games. It was great.
Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey.
Yep. Weird games.
I could never get into the Oddworld games.
Yeah,
I don't
not
think I
my
ever
style.
Tried.
I get what they were trying to do with them though.
Tomb Raider, Silent Hill, Medal of Honor, Wipeout.
Yeah, Wipeouts were fun.
Grandia.
Grandia,
Yep.
another RPG. I
I
believe.
just got the second one for Dreamcast
Siphon
recently.
Filter.
Yeah, Siphon Filter. That's another one I had on that demo disc
You know why the Siphon Filter is cool?
because you could electrocute people and
Because-
turn them, burn them
Because
to
the
fire.
guy's name was Logan.
That too.
Of course, that's why.
Well, his last name was Logan, but still.
Yeah, so it had a taser as one of the basic weapons.
Yeah.
And
Oh, and you could electrocute.
Yeah,
them with
and if you held it down, they
Oh.
would like catch on fire
Oh.
as they're
Yeah.
like shaking.
Oh my lord.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's kind of a tactical shooter thing, but it was very basic because that was like mid-gen or something.
Is that the right spot?
Yeah, I wonder. I bet somebody has a bunch of the demo discs. That would be kind of like a fun thing to just like play.
Well,
the
yeah,
demo
that's what
discs.
Funhouse did.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
their demo disc series is they just somebody gave them a huge, just binder full of them, and they just go through them like, here, let's pick one.
Because some of those discs are so rare.
Yep.
Like you'd either have to have magazine
get 'em in the
subscriptions,
magazines.
or like you'd have to go to the store and get this other thing, and yeah.
Worms.
Worms, yep.
Yep.
He got the Dreamcast
have-
one.
I have World Party on PS1 and Armageddon on Dreamcast. I'll probably get World Party on Dreamcast at some point. I played that series a lot back in the day in general, mostly on PC actually.
No.
No, man. No.
Doom.
Doom?
Doom.
Doom.
Doom was on PlayStation.
It was.
Oops.
P16.
So we get into Road Rash.
Yep, Road
Yeah.
Rash. I rented that before I had a
Somewhere
PlayStation.
I have my Sega Game Gear, and
Yeah.
I have Road Rash
Nice.
somewhere.
It was a interesting game.
Yeah, it's just motorcycle racing and
You like
got the
punch the
chain
people
there.
next to
beating,
you.
beating the
Yep.
fuck out of people to win.
Yep.
Hell yeah, man. I love that game. Super fun.
Oh, Destruction Derby. Did you ever see that?
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Heard of it.
Also another game I got to play before I owned one.
Rayman 2.
Rayman.
Front Mission 3.
Oh yeah. Front Mission. Another. Is this right? This can't be right. Where you're like commanding robot
I
troops
already
and stuff.
did the R-Type Delta, right?
I think so.
Tombi, Suikoden, Tenchu, Formula 1, Civ 2,
Civ.
Civilization 2,
Forgot Civ had a version on there.
Driver,
Driver.
I
Yes.
play Driver a lot.
Street Fighter EX plus Alpha,
God. Those names always mess with me.
Kagero Deception 2. No? Bust a Move? Oh, Bust a
Yeah,
Groove.
Bust a Groove.
Sorry.
Related.
Bust a Groove.
And that baby on the cover.
Goofy's Funhouse?
Mm.
No? Logan?
Nope.
Oh. Your love from Logan.
Command and Conquer.
Nope.
Nope.
What?
I had it on a computer.
Oh, yeah. I watched my brother play that on PC.
That video is super interesting. The one that. So, they're doing a remaster of that.
The OG one?
Yeah,
Wow.
they're doing of that and
Red
Red
Alert.
Alert.
Ah.
Red Alert.
And so the producer just did a video.
Of like the making of?
Well,
Uh,
it's
sorta?
just currently it's still.
Oh, development.
Yeah,
Sort of
they're doing
update.
But
updates.
so he was we want to do all of the
Cutscenes.
cutscenes, but all of the cutscenes are on like old VHS tapes.
Oh my god.
Yes. And they had to dig through
Oh
all
my
their
god, that's right. Because
archives.
aren't they? It's real people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Full motion video.
And,
Oh, that's right.
So they called
Oh,
somebody at
wow.
EA, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we threw him out."
No.
And then
Aw.
he got a hold of somebody else that was like the secretary, and they're like, "Yeah, we actually stopped that from happening."
Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
it's still,
We saved it.
and it's actually in this warehouse.
Oh, damn. That's
So
awesome.
He,
Yeah.
So
Lucky.
he kind of walked through that. It was just these huge filing cabinets of like old VHS tapes.
Tapes.
And then one tape that was it was a type of VHS tape that
Beta?
you just can't.
There's nothing that can play it anymore? Or
Yeah, there was just like
it's like a
trying to
format?
find somebody to digitize this.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
It took forever.
Oh, no.
And they finally found a company in Hollywood that could
Oh,
do
yeah.
it.
Oh, wow.
And it was the backup video,
Yes.
and it didn't have.
It wasn't the
No.
originals. They all were backups. So they ended up having to work with another group, I think, to do essentially what we were talking about earlier with the film footage, of
Yeah.
basically up-resing and interpolating the footage to get it more modern looking.
Wow.
But I think they did use the backups, even though they, or I can't remember.
So you watched that?
I read somebody's breakdown of it because one of the first comments I saw was like, I feel like that was a 16-minute video for like 30 seconds of actual footage. So
information.
I was like, I'll just read the
Yeah.
summary
Synopsis of it.
and maybe watch it later because I was, I think, at work at the time. But
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty interesting.
yeah,
I just had it playing while I was working, and I was just like, huh,
Interesting.
that's super cool.
Yeah. They did another one on like the soundtrack and stuff.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, I'm definitely going to want to get it now.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I
Vigilante
want to
8?
get it before anyways, but
Oh yeah, Vigilante.
Wait, does it go that way?
Damn it. They're really throwing me off
It
here.
must go that way.
This is the exact same part, but they act like they're different. Oh no, that's different.
D-
The hell?
Dino Crisis.
Yep.
Time Crisis.
So many crises.
Not Ridge Racer. Rage Racer.
Rage Racer.
Yes.
Huh.
Siphon Filter 2.
the retarded cousin of the Ridge Racer.
Rage Racer!
Oh,
I'm so angry while
Harvest
racing.
Moon. Back
Yep,
to
Harvest
nature.
Moon. Yep.
Breath of Fire.
Yep, that's another one I wanted to play. More RPGs. Breath of Fire.
Motor Tune Grand Prix 2.
Grand Prix.
Grand Prix.
All those Grand Prix.
Libero Grande. Worms Armageddon. Dino
Yep.
Crisis 2.
Yep.
Street Fighter Alpha 2.
God. Alpha Star 2 Double X.
I mean, there's really just two series. I think the
No,
naming
yeah.
just threw people off. There's the Alpha series
Yeah.
and there's the main series. The Alpha series had like 2 EX3 and maybe one other
Wasn't
one
it
that was on console.
Tweaked to be like faster or
Yes,
something.
so it's a slightly different. The Alpha series is a slightly different style, but it has its place. It just never gained a lot of popularity because I think a lot of people. Well, I shouldn't say it didn't gain popularity,
Yeah.
but like it was less popular than the mainline series because I think a lot of people rejected even trying it
Yeah.
because it was different.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, but like you should actually
Or-
try it.
Like
But-
like
but-
me,
but
it
no.
felt this. It looked like they were just tweaking
Yeah,
it, and I didn't want to buy
they're
another
definitely
version, but-
different styles
Yeah,
of
yeah.
play.
it's not the same style.
Yeah, Sean.
It's just a silly name.
Point Blank.
Yes, I have Point
Point Blank,
Blank
yeah.
2
looks
and
goofy.
3. Yes, so Point Blank is awesome.
It
It
almost
uses
looks like Ernie and Bert
yes.
and Ernie.
So it is a mini game fest that uses the gun cons.
Yes.
So it's
Oh.
like a bunch of it's like a party game where you're doing a lot of shooting gallery style mini games.
Yeah. And I think some
And
of them are
it's-
like jokey.
Oh
It's
yeah,
little-
the style is
Yeah.
completely like bonkers.
Yep.
It's great.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah, I have 1 or 2 of them to go with my gun cons. I want to get the rest of them that I don't have.
Rally Cross.
I think I'm missing at least one.
What about Warhawk?
Is that a airplane one?
Looks like it, but it looks like sci-fi.
Yeah, because wasn't Warhawk the one that when the PS3 debuted, the 6-axis, wasn't that the modern version of
Yeah, I
that
think
was like you
so.
can move your plane and by moving the controller. I think that was part of that
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
I think so. That sounds familiar. Tomb Raider 2. Fear Effect.
Oh, Fear
Yeah.
Effect. Yeah, that's another like cell shaded kind of style.
Colony Wars Red Sun.
Yep, Red Sun. Never played him.
Let's see. Ace Combat 2. Silent Bomber.
Oh wait.
Final Doom.
Yes, Final Doom. It's like that
Sounds-
specific version of Doom. Was that? No, I'm thinking of the. They're re-releasing that one.
64.
coming out- Yeah,
Yeah.
64.
Sled Storm.
Hell, man. Nope, that was right. What did I? Yeah, these. I swear these
Hero-
arms are worse. than
Herodias.
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 It sounds similar.
Parodies.
Medieval.
Medieval.
Yep.
It's got that
They just
re-release.
redid the re-release, which I'm pretty sure was very, very okay.
Yes.
Discworld Noir.
AE.
I'm skipping over all the sports games.
Sure. Works for me.
Little Big Adventure. Jumping Flash.
Jump, jump, jump.
King's Field.
Yeah, I think that was a PC game, wasn't it? That got
It
ported,
says PlayStation.
or maybe no. Kingsfield is the predecessor to Dark Souls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like their first stab at that type of thing. Because that's also the studio From Software used to do the mech games, Armored Core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tenchu 2. Final
Yeah.
Fantasy Origins. Monster Rancher.
Another thing that was fun with some of the Tenchu games. I don't know if I think it was in 2. You could like build your own levels, which is like really early to do something like that.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Dead or Alive.
Did any of you guys ever have any of the like RPG Maker or?
Yeah, I
On
wanted
PC.
to. I eventually got it on PC.
I used many versions of them over the years on
I
PC.
wanted it so bad.
I remember getting it. It was RPG Maker or Game Maker, one of them.
I-
Not Game Maker, but it was like RPG Maker.
So
but
I should almost, if I can. No, I don't. Damn it! I can't find. I lost it. I had Fighter Maker,
Yeah.
What?
which is
Yeah.
like their version of that, but for fighting games.
Yeah.
And it was nuts
That's funny.
because like you would actually like keyframe the animations for all your moves.
Yep.
And you would set the damage parameters. Like it was
Ooh.
literally like.
You are making it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's cool.
So you could do all these like crazy moves.
Command & Conquer Red Alert.
Yep.
Moto Racer 2.
Oh, another random PS1 game I played a decent amount was Music Generator, MTV Music Generator.
So there was one that I skipped over that was music something.
Yes.
Music 2000 or something.
I think there was a couple of them. But yeah, it was MTV in the US, and I think it was just some other name outside of the US. But I made a bunch of music on there.
Hmm.
It was interesting.
Kula World.
I have copies of the music somewhere. I've lost the save.
Wild Arms. Damn it.
My arms, they're so wild.
Wow, they're wild and crazy. Medieval 2. Crash Bandicoot, Mega Man Legends 2, Red
Yep.
Schools, Buster Movie 4, Brahma Force, The Assault
Brahma
on Belt
Force.
Logger 9,
Belt Logger 9.
fuck if I know. Fear Effect 2, Retro
Yep.
Helix,
So another interesting
Point
bit.
Blank 2.
Another interesting bit with Fear Effect. I think 2 at least. I can't remember if 1 had a female protagonist, which was already rare
I
enough.
see, yeah, on the cover there's
She was also a
a
lesbian.
whole lot of cleavage. Well, there's 2 ladies. And
Yes.
the first one has a lot of
Yeah.
cleave.
She was a lesbian, so that was like a big
Ooh,
deal and
whoa.
like had a bunch of controversy.
Teaching our kids that gay stuff.
Yep.
Get out of here.
How dare you?
How da ya.
You
Oh yeah, Diablo was
Yep.
ported to
Eh,
PlayStation.
And so
Oh,
was
um,
Warcraft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
I played a version of Warcraft 1 or 2. I think maybe 1 on Super Nintendo.
Skull monkeys?
Skull Monkeys.
Star Gladiator Episode 1, Final Crusade? Gex, Enter the Gecko?
Oh, yeah,
Yep,
Gex.
I had that on N64.
Devil Dice?
Yeah, Devil Dice was a puzzle thing, I think.
Yes. Yeah, you walked
Somebody-
across these dice. That's what we were talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
The Net
yeah.
Eurose. It was
Net Eurose.
originally a Net Eurose game that they ended up publishing, and
But that-
the creator went on to do some pretty notable stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we were looking at, found a video on the Net Eurose, so we were talking about that earlier. It was like
It's
the
basically
first indie
uh,
PS1 thing.
well, yeah, it was like an official Sony dev kit for like indie tinkering, not
Yeah.
really for commercial development.
Like you couldn't burn a disc and put it on there. You'd have to
Right.
directly connect it. All the stuff would have to be loaded in RAM.
But they did take some of the community's notable creations and put them on some of the demo discs, and one or two of them got actually like published.
That was
one of them, and yeah, the creator went on to open his
No
own
chat?
studio and do a bunch of stuff.
Logan?
Hmm?
No chat?
Nope.
G. Darius? Battle Arena Toshinden?
Yeah. What was that?
Battle Arena Toshinden?
Yeah.
I don't know. It
That's
has a dude that looks like
Yeah.
Ken on the front.
sounds
Kinda.
familiar, but yeah, that's okay.
Big old bass.
Big old bash.
Real Bout Fatal Fury.
Yep. Fatal
Bloody
Fury.
Roar 2. Turnabout.
That game kind of disappeared too.
Treasures of the Deep.
Treasures of the Deep.
Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear. The first one is a little clunky, but 2 is pretty good. Plus, they had the extra physics they added in Guilty Gear 2, where you set your age to 99.
Pure Effect.
When was, I guess it was more like Xbox, the Ninja Gaidens, the later ones.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when those picked back up again.
Because, yeah, it was the same team that made the...
Valkyrie Profile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Valkyrie Profile. I had, it said I got the phone release version of that because I always wanted to play it, and I still haven't gotten around to playing it. But I have it ready just in case I get really bored.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah.
It's probably other than 14. I've probably played Tactics more than any of the other Final Fantasies, more than 7
Nice.
Front Mission
or
2.
5.
Yeah, Front Mission.
It's like a mech game.
Yes. I think I played a demo or something of that.
Dead or Alive.
No, this can't be Lions is wrong.
Tenchu.
What the fuck?
Bust a Groove.
Bust-
Final Fantasy Anthology.
Mhm.
MTV Music Generator.
Yeah. It was fun.
Fear Effect. OG Silent Hill. Civ 2. Spyro. Already gone through a lot of these. Lunar Silver Star Story.
Yep. Played that. The JRPG.
You don't know Jack?
I do.
That's when that originally started.
Yeah, it's been around a long time.
Didn't realize.
They're still coming out with new ones.
Siphon Filter.
Mm-hmm.
What's in the back?
Siphon Filter's very
Driver.
of that time.
I think I still have a demo disc somewhere that was a demo of that.
Yeah. You might have the one I was thinking of then.
Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Yep.
Crash Bandicoot 2. 3. Final Fantasy 8. Yes. Shirt I'm wearing today. Woohoo!
Mm-hmm. 8's so good.
Show it. Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Be glad. So he used to take me to those like Final Fantasy talks. Be glad you were
Yeah.
in 8.
I think I was though.
Were
wasn't
you?
I?
Okay. Because like
Well, wasn't that one at like 1 in the morning?
I don't remember.
There was one of those that
was
was
it
like,
that or 9? I can't remember.
I don't. Did
I don't
did
think
they?
they did
never
9.
didn't do
No.
9.
because
that's
they ended
right.
up making their own.
That's right.
Their,
They
like,
stopped at 8. I thought.
right, because now they have their own con, which is the Sawsum Con,
Yep.
Oh.
and
But man, yeah, like I'll at least say because before that they kept making fun of it because they did like 4.
Oh yeah, they dunked on it.
Yeah, they made like 4 Final Fantasy 7 ones.
Yeah.
And then like when he was replaying 8, he's like, I guess it's not that bad, but
No. It's not that bad.
it's always funny to me what they complain about too because they're like, well the junction system sucks because you have to like pull all this magic. It's like you don't really have to.
No, you
And
don't.
a lot of the ways you combine it is almost exactly the same as the material system.
Just
So
get over
Yeah.
yourself. It's
Well,
not that bad of a game.
it scales the levels so it doesn't feel as good. It's like, yeah, but I also don't want to like just walk over everything I
Right.
encounter at some
Then
point.
it's like, wow, random battles really suck.
Yeah. I don't know. They had a lot of weak excuses to me. Or like that Squall was whiny. It's like,
Whoa,
did
whoa,
you
whoa,
play
whoa.
7?
Have you played any of the
Like-
fucking Final Fantasy games?
Yeah.
Main protagonist is always bitchy.
Yeah. But whatever.
Xenogears.
Xenogears, so good.
yeah,
So-
it's one of Brad's favorite games.
Yeah, it's so good. You actually, your goal, I think it's like on the cover, is to like kill
Finally,
God.
one list that has fucking Chrono Cross on it.
Yeah, that has to be on there. Chrono Cross was one of the early games I ever remember. IGN and GameStop and all those giving it a 10. So just nuts.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah, Batman.
Hell yeah.
Metal Gear
Hell yeah.
Solid. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Wipeout. Gran Turismo. Tekken 3.
Take 3 is real good.
What makes it better than the other Tekken?
1 and 2 were a little jankier
Mm-hmm.
physics prior to 3, from what I remember. I didn't play them as much, but yeah, and just in general, like it does a lot of interesting things for being on a PS1 title. I think it also came out a little bit, like the third one, I think came out a little bit later into the PlayStation's life cycle, so they were able to pull a couple tricks just visually and some other way that it looked pretty clean. But yeah, it's just pretty, like, I don't know.
Mhm.
It flowed pretty good, and I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just remember enjoying a lot of the different character options and playing through it,
Yeah.
unlocking a couple things, and
Well, finally, like, watching several videos about the big players in the Tekken scene right now, I never realized how different
Oh yeah.
it is as a fighting game.
yeah.
Very. It's almost more like timing.
Before I learned
you have to
anything
kind of-
about it, I was like, "Oh, they're all the same." And
Yeah,
and then I started watching, stuff about distinction between and who's the big names and what, and I'm like, "Holy balls!"
That's one thing I'll give it. Like I said, it
Tekken is a lot slower,
yes,
but
it feels clunky to me, but that's because
good
I'm used to a
Lord,
different
if you're
style.
good at it,
Yes,
holy
Yeah,
shit!
because if you're good, you can get a flow going.
That's
and
what I was
it's
gonna
like,
say. Like, I think
just
that's what I
crazy
like
stuff.
about it, because, like, yeah, the pacing's different, but like, you can get some really
You
good
can
flows
master
going.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, and
Absolutely master it.
it's, I don't know.
It's just generally not my style.
Sure.
Because I also tend to like the faster characters and stuff.
I mean, there's a couple that are a little more rushy in
Yeah.
Tekken, but yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's cool.
I think I'm finally figuring out these damn arms. It's way too complicated.
Neato.
Yeah.
No title or category for this stream.
Oh, so sad.
Oh.
We never did add the We should have added that.
Oopsie.
I don't know if our interface allows that. We'd have to probably do it on Twitch.
Where is it saying that?
Way posted that.
Oh.
And
Oh, yeah,
on Twitch.
Hello,
She's
Wayne.
not
Oh.
there anymore.
Oh.
Bye.
She's like no title or category. So
Weird.
Yeah, if we don't give one,
It must
won't.
be something to do with how we're going through Restream.
Well, do we have one in?
There is a way to
Restream?
define one. Yeah.
Do we just not define one?
Maybe not. I thought we had one set up before.
we had one. Well, so this is set up as Konsui Fighter.
Right.
So the category it's in the game section.
But,
it
like,
should be
if it's-
technically in the.
Well,
Like
but
There's
talk.
like this one. in
if it's
particular, yeah.
not showing up at all, that implies something's not set up correctly
Yeah.
in Restream.
Because if anything, that makes it much harder to find. That might be why we have no viewers. That's my guess. Because we're totally entertaining.
We're totally cool, you guys. I swear. You need to update it. You can do it on Twitch.
Yeah, if we log
You
into
can
Twitch.
just go to Twitch management, add title category.
Well-
It's very difficult to find, and it's weird because on Restream it shows that we have no viewers, but she's currently
I wonder if-
chatting.
I wonder if Restream's just not up.
Yeah, so we'll need to double check because we're not streaming
Hello.
directly to Twitch. We're streaming through Restream to YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer, which
Yeah.
they supply those like category and stuff to each network when we go live. But
Yeah, they might have updated something.
we've had some weird issues with Restream where like, yeah, it'll stop sending to one platform or like
When it works, it's great.
Right. That's the frustrating thing. Like, it's a good way to like multicast, but yeah, we've had a few bumps with
I
it.
guess we'll
We'll take a look at that
No, I cracked
after
it.
we get off the stream and see
Do
what's
you have
going
the
on
log?
there.
I guess we had to. I still follow Way. I need to watch more of her streams. I feel bad.
Oh, you're back.
But I see the notifications all the time. They're usually at like weird ass hours, so.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be fair, I'm usually up at weird ass hours. so.
Right. I was going to say we're usually here and working on.
Well, she
Okay.
said something. I think at like 5 a.m. It's like I'm not going to be up at 5. I'll be up at 3 a.m., but not.
I've seen those ones at 5 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, she's doing some ASMR stuff recently.
Noise.
It was funny. The one I tuned into was like one of her first ones. She was still getting used to it. She like feedbacked on the mic a little. It's like, ah.
I'll be at Naka streaming. Well, we will
Oh,
be
cool.
at Naka.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely stop by. We're going to have
We're going to be
our-
in that same spot that we were last year.
To be
Yeah.
fair, I'd be shocked if she wasn't at Naka. So
Yeah.
I think I've seen her every year.
That's how we first met her.
Yep. You're Jazz. You know what we should do? Just like have a cardboard cutout of Jazz. So he's there.
Prop him up in
Yeah.
in the corner.
Hi, I'm Jess.
Put like a pencil or something in his hand. Hi, I'm doing art stuff. I guess he never said anything yet about the local con. The Game
No,
Awards?
I've not heard any updates
I assume we'll.
on Bit
But,
Summit.
you know,
Yeah.
with the whole virus
Oh,
thing, I'm
that's
curious.
true. Depending on the timing, that will be canceled. Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but he was trying to have our game show up at like a local indie con in Japan.
Yep.
Would have been interesting.
Well, I mean, there's still a chance it would work out. I think there was still a
Yeah.
little time for them to coordinate, but
Yeah.
we haven't heard any updates in a little bit. So
With all the lovely virus stuff. We'll see.
right.
So this goes.
Yeah, they did. I still need to get back to that, or get back to them on that.
Who did it?
Oh, she asked if Twitch KC reach out, which they did.
Oh, yeah.
I
Mm.
need to get with that guy.
Yeah, you get with him.
Oh, why did I do that?
Okay. Before. Before and after.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Naka this year.
Yep. We'll have to avoid the anime cells, maybe.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but frame the
mean,
last. Oh wait, no, you have. Frame the
yeah,
last
I was gonna say
No,
like,
we're missing a couple that I
yeah, I
do.
need to put. Well, I have my cell from Princess Mononoke that I still need to frame and put up,
Yep.
and then.
I
I mean, if there's any cool like Gundam
Two?
ones, maybe, but
Yeah.
like I don't have a whole lot more wall space, so
I was almost tempted to
Oh.
do. By the time I looked, they only had like one or two Ghost in the Shell ones, and they're not ones I would.
They're
wanna
not really
pick.
good ones.
The one I thought would be funny was they had one of Goku doing like his like shocked expression, and they had like the speed lines behind him, so he was like, "Oh!" It's just
That's
great.
pretty good. That's pretty good, actually.
Just have him constantly being shocked
Oh.
at something.
What 9,000?
Yeah, exactly. I assume somebody has to have Vegeta
I would-
freaking out.
I would hope so. Somewhere out there.
That was 11, 12, 11, 12. Yeah, like I was saying, I was looking at Gundam models. I haven't found too many other ones I really want, but I have a list just in
yeah,
case.
I definitely have some other ones that I want to get, but
I'm trying to be a little more picky because I have so many damn models. Oh, and I got the fishing line that I want to use. So I got some fishing line, and my idea is to like string up the Gundams to look like they're actually like attacking midair. That'd be fun.
we're gonna have people over to see the studio, and they're gonna be like,
Damn straight.
"These guys are kind of weird,"
Weird.
but it's okay.
They're my kind of weird.
Got shit hanging from the ceiling. Like, what the fuck?
Come on, honey. We don't want to associate with these people.
We don't like your kind around here.
Nerds. Hell, I was almost thinking like if I could go far enough to like light up, get like you can get lasers as like little individual plastic things, and if I could like light them up somehow.
That'd be pretty crazy.
No,
Pay attention.
yeah, Logan.
I'm like, why is this piece not fitting? Oh, it's because it's not the right.
Not the right one.
It's the other side.
His thumb.
Don't lose the thumb.
Oh no, that's his forefinger. This is the thumb. It's just slightly bigger than the other one.
Oh, wait, no one.
So, that. Oh yeah, because it curls that way.
Finally watched the new Twilight Zone episodes.
Oh yeah. I think Logan said you weren't super happy with them.
Not bad.
Okay.
Could be worse.
Did you ever see Black Mirror?
See what?
Black Mirror?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I never did watch them, partially because every episode summary I heard basically sounded like, oh, isn't technology scary?
That's the entire show.
Yeah, that's not for me.
That's the entire show. I mean, I liked it. It was very,
Sure. Like, some of those I can understand. Like, it's kind of a Twilight Zone thing if you take it to the extreme, but I just heard also too many people are like, yeah, this is just like that Black Mirror episode. It's like, yeah, but it's not.
but it doesn't take away from how good of a show it is.
Sure. And they had some interesting concepts on some of them. And it's supposedly well acted and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, somebody at Microsoft.
Come on, Logan. You can do it.
Oh, I got a message.
Oh.
I got a PM.
You got a P. M.
From a dude from Microsoft who said, like, yeah, Logan, you should watch Black Mirror.
I don't know about you.
It's a lot of thinking.
It is a horror show.
That too.
And I know you don't like horror that's like makes you question your existence.
There we go.
Like if you guys haven't seen The Color Out of Space,
Hmm.
you need to.
Yeah, it's on the short list.
Oh boy. It is incredible.
We're going that way? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Hand. Sweet.
Face.
I want to have Logan watch John Carpenter's The Thing.
I've not seen the whole thing,
Oh,
but
my
I've seen
Lord.
parts of it, and I know how it
What's wrong
ends.
with you people?
I'm not super
is-
huge into horror, but I do appreciate some of
It
them.
is a classic.
Yeah. I basically know how it ends, which is kind of interesting. Won't spoil it.
I finally have the shoulders done.
15
Oh my
and
god.
15. Oh, this is P.
My fingers
I
are
need
killing
P,
me.
I need H. pH levels.
No, you are not. You are now 1. Which I guess.
We are now one.
Yep. Yep. There you are. I don't know why it didn't show before. She said, "Am I still 0 viewers?"
Oh, okay.
But yeah, change it to 1 now.
Maybe it just takes a while to
We're not
refresh.
cool
that
enough.
or I don't know. Maybe.
Our whole first view.
But I am pretty much done. So
Sweet.
you guys are at.
I am almost done.
My existence is real. It.
You are validated.
She is a real girl.
I'm a real boy.
Come on.
But yeah. Anyways, you guys can get to a stopping point.
Shit.
I have.
I'm getting there. Just hang on.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
because you're
Are you
done.
at stopping point? What about
We're
now?
done now, huh? Is that how that works?
No more. We gotta all stop at the same time. Sweet. Well, sorry if you just joined and were about to leave.
No, I'm gonna need a few minutes here. Just
Okay.
give me a second.
I can almost put on the arms. I need the shoulder things. A 15.
Okay.
I like how they call these like units. This is the shoulder unit. A15.
Oh. Oh. Interesting. They have one of these that has like a solid piece and one that's like snipped instead, and they align to specific sides, but other than that, they're identical.
Huh. Oh, A25. Oh, that's not the same.
Yeah, maybe on Monday I'll look at
The configuration and
Right.
restream, yeah.
Sure. I don't know if it's something we have to like tweak each time or if it's
We
saves
do.
it.
We
Okay.
should, if we want to customize the category and stream name and description, all that for each thing we're doing, then
Mhm.
yes, we would need to go in and set that each time. I think we had a generic one set up before
Yeah.
for most of just the Konsui Fighter Live like episodes, but yeah, apparently that must not be working. I know at one point we had to kind of rebind some of the channels too, so maybe it got wiped out when we had to do that or something. I don't know.
Or they change the API or. So, what are our guesses on the PS5? Even just like when they're
You
announcing.
know, I still would like to think that the PS5 launch is going to be very surprising in terms of the breadth of software that they're going to have at launch
Yeah.
and stuff.
I have faith in that.
The more, though, that I'm seeing the way they're handling stuff right now, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, and honestly, at this rate, even just like manufacturing it with all the stuff going on in Asia,
yeah.
that's affecting all production over there. And they still usually build those things like 6 months out. So if one thing gets delayed, that pushes everything. But yeah, I'm hopeful they'll still make it out on time, at least a partial launch or something. The only thing I'm slightly worried about is their whole like S and X, whatever the PS5 is, and the low-powered version. Just
Makes a 10.
seems like that could potentially shoot them in the foot, because then it still has to be better than like the current Pro and X. This one? No, that's E.
G2? I have a G2?
Probably do. See. See, senor.
I don't think I have a G2.
I don't believe them.
I am going to look at this thing and I'm going to tell you that I do not have that.
You have an H?
Son of a bitch. I do.
Did you throw it away?
Oh shit, maybe I did.
Uh-oh.
Because it's like such a small piece. I mean, you're not going to see it, so it doesn't really matter. But
No, it really matters. You will know, Logan.
D2,
And now everybody will know.
C, B, C, E, D1,
Bingo.
F, PC, and A. Yep, I threw it away.
Aww.
Oh.
Premature.
Unless it's that one that I threw away today.
Oh, maybe.
Hopefully.
Well, like I said, if it's gone, it's not a big deal.
No, it won't ever be finished.
It will never be perfect.
It was.
Yay!
It'll be a sad Gundam.
Yeah, it was like, it's this little piece right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
And
See,
I didn't even realize that was a piece.
That's
but
why you don't even bother throwing them away until the very end.
Oh,
And
what?
all it does is it just covers that hole right there, which is on his back. So you don't even see it.
But what if we get one of those little stands that like rotates him?
It's on his back, so you still won't see it.
Well, let's rotate on his back. Or what if he's like flexing his like wing things in a certain...
It's on his back, and you won't see it.
Well, there's a lot of this that like
Like,
I covered his
like,
endoskeleton
why
here.
does that even need to even exist?
Because
Okay,
most of these models have
Now-
no point.
now I can throw that.
B9.
Alright, so this is going to go on his beak.
On his beak.
On his beak.
Oh, I did see, so speaking of Gundams again, when I was looking, there's a Hello Kitty wearing a Gundam suit model kit.
My God.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because they can.
The only thing I don't get, and I have a feeling I may have missed something, is like how loose that
His
is.
crotch flap is very loose.
Unless that's where the
It's his little skirt.
like
It's a little sailor
look at
skirt.
chain.
Flip it. Flip it, flip it.
So you can like flash people
It's
and
for
like
easy access.
yeah, easy.
I'm like,
access.
unless I want to like do super high kick,
Mm-hmm.
he wants to like do this.
It's a special move.
Special Gundam.
It's for the
kit.
wind to blow. Fan service.
Yeah,
It's
we
that-
just put like a tiny
it's
fan
that
up in front of me. You
rule-
see that flapping?
It's that rule whatever.
Rule 34.
Yes, that one.
That one specifically.
There are a lot of rules.
Sweet. He's done. He's done.
But I'm not now.
Hurry it up, John.
We can never finish. There's always one more. Just trying to get his shoulders on at least. Because then I can do the shoulders, the arms, and the head.
Oh no, there's really.
What do you keep throwing away, Logan?
Yeah.
Every 5
Did I
minutes
throw-
it's like,
did I throw
oh
that
no, I threw this thing away.
Do you want us to like verify that you've gotten everything?
But like, why would have I thrown that away?
Throwing stuff away, Logan.
Nope. Huh, I can't imagine that they're like, well, you probably have other Gundams, so you could just take this from something else.
I mean, sometimes.
But it's just their blade sword,
Oh, yeah.
and I don't see one. It doesn't even give me a part number for these red blades, and I don't see it. I don't see any red pieces. I have this blue piece, but this is for the gun.
He's clicking. I hear it.
So, I'm assuming it's for if you have those pieces. I don't know. I mean, there's this box that I can't read, so maybe that's what it says.
You know, between this and the signs that we built, if they ever take up this carpet, they're going to have like 5 pounds of like
Tiny
paper
bits of
and plastic and yeah.
Alright, well, I have one forearm done.
Sweet.
Can we get a dono to have Jazz cut out?
Can we get a
He
what?
can stand in the corner.
Yep.
Yeah.
To just like, yeah, we just need to get him over there to get a good picture against like a flat background.
Yeah.
And
just
then I'll,
waving or something.
yeah. So like Ellen, we're gonna need your help cutting out another set of
more
like
cutouts.
Big
4
ol'
or 5
butt
things.
jazz.
We'll just do a
board.
super
with Jazz's
expensive
Big
3D
ol'
print.
big
Yeah.
Jess.
Yeah, how much would that be? Because you'd need like
Oh,
2 of
God.
those giant boards. Unless we made them like smaller in scale.
I mean, depending on the pose, if he's standing pretty straight, we could probably do one wide. So it'd probably be like, if we finagled it right, like, yeah, 4 or 5 boards. It'd probably be comparable to what we spent for
Yeah.
packs, like $100 and some bucks.
Ow, my eyeball.
But Jess is
And then all
worth
that
it, right?
time to cut him out. Bleh.
I mean, we could at least make it so it didn't have like complicated shapes and explosions coming out of his head. But
I think that turned out pretty good.
yeah, still
Backdrop,
sucks
yeah.
we couldn't get the other one. But
I know. I'm still kind of annoyed about that. I mean, here's the thing: we could.
Oh,
it
yeah.
just would have
It would've
cost
been
us like $100 and some bucks.
that or it would have been in pieces. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you finish?
You won.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
finished yours too?
Yeah.
He did. I didn't.
Yeah. He's still.
I
working.
have to do the legs and whatever else. But I'm trying to get like the top part. He trying to do the splits.
Yarr!
He's doing a kick again.
Yarr!
P1.
Yep.
Yeah, this one at least doesn't feel as bad, but I also haven't hit all of the stickers, and there's nowhere near as many stickers as the other.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I
Leg
wanted to delay
unit.
that. Might even just save that one for later.
There's like a sticker at the. There's one more sticker, and I'm like, I know I gotta be missing it.
There's
somewhere.
always one more sticker.
But you know what? I don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm done with this guy. He's gonna go there. And he put his head up so that he's not all depressed. It's not quite as flashy as the picture.
Sure it is.
It's the light. You need to get the
Yeah.
right light on it, Logan.
Yeah. Do like a fancy like moving line around.
Yeah.
Or slow-mo.
All right. Well, we are.
Seriously
Out.
Studios.
Have a
And,
good weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Thanks
your
for joining
weekend.
us.
Wait, I'm not done.
And we will look forward to seeing you.
I'll be trapped
at
forever.
Naka
Yep.
Yeah.
in 5 days.
Yes.
And I'm sure we'll probably have another stream post Naka to
Yep.
talk about that and do some more build updates. Probably be close to pushing the next build around
Yeah,
then,
because we're almost
so-
done with this part.
Yeah, so be looking on social for that. We'll have some details. Probably post Naka on when we're doing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Cool.
Thanks for joining.
Yep.
See you guys next time.
Take it!